I'm in Max. You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG Podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.
Why, hello. That's really loud. What the heck was that? There we go. That's better. Why, hello. And welcome to Session 7 of Saga of the Inukai Part 4 Kintsugi.
The Kintsugi Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
See, don't correct me.
Actually.
My name is Stuart. I am the GM. And starting to my left...
It's Jim. And I'm playing Daidoji Mako, samurai of the Crane Clan.
Hi, I'm Stork. I'm playing Kayu Kashi Takayu for the Haruma Buchi School, also a crab. A lot of crabs.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Eli, playing Hida Minoru of the Hida family of the Cran Samurai.
Yeah. He's actually the only crab.
Actually, you don't
Literally,
yeah,
literally.
the only actual crab.
We're all Ronin that went to parade.
Yeah. I am Inukai Makiko, formerly crab, all badass.
all scar tissue.
Yes. Totally.
And I'm Kadave. I'm playing the Shugenja formerly known as Isawa, Ichiro. I almost forgot my own name. But now, again, I am also now a part of the Inukai family. I don't know why my voice got all...
Mako?
Thoughtful.
Mako.
Did we say last time we'd actually introduce ourselves as Asahina? Since they were like the greater family?
Okay, I'll be right back. So Dave, character, where did you guys leave off? Do you remember?
Damn.
Yeah.
Where
We
you
were
were?
about to storm the castle and kill the clan champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we found out that he wears jade gloves before using
Actually, the
his
clan
sword.
champion had died, and we had already taken the sword. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
was
what
it,
happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I misremembered. My bad.
We won the game.
And then we decided to go to a theme park, a Naga-based theme park.
We'll assume you guys are back in the Crane compound area when you would arrive, because you can do two things: recap the game and get Dave up to speed.
Perfect. So
In
recapping.
character.
In character.
We're going to rely on you and your young, flexible mind.
Hi, guys.
Dang it.
In character.
How's it going?
He's not listening to
No.
Stu wants us to do it in character.
Don't have to. No, never mind.
No, we should.
What a yes and store.
All right, so the last thing I remember is that I spoke to a doji courtier that was here, and the information that they gave us was that the clan champion wore special jade gloves whenever he I believe it was he was dueling or using his sword, so that automatically raised some pings on our radar. We also sort of looked at the area that was attacked by the Oni, and sort of like for the path of destruction that came through, we pretty much figured that it came from the castle to the area where they were staying. So we know for a fact that the source seems to be somewhere in the main lion castle. What else?
And we concluded that the Oni came out of the sword, but we think that it wasn't the Grand Champion.
I don't
was
think
doing
that
it.
we concluded that. We just concluded that it came from the castle.
And we concluded that it probably wasn't the Crane Champ or the champion, that somebody else had gotten a hold of the sword and used it.
I don't remember that.
No.
Maybe.
Maybe that was something I was going to bring up.
Maybe.
Simply because the champion seems to know that the sword is cursed and uses jade gloves, whereas the young prince, who seems to be a bit of an arrogant prick, or his father may have touched the sword or grappled the sword without the jade gloves, and therefore were swayed to its influence.
But that would mean that somebody was basically touching around, effing around with a clan champion's sword, which is, that in and of itself, very bad. Soul of a samurai, and like, I'm playing with your soul, yo.
It could be possible that the champion believes that they are mighty enough to wield the weapon without being corrupted by it.
That would be typical lion arrogance.
I agree.
Agreed.
It might also be that
start
he
with
is
me.
well aware that the sword is cursed and is taking precautions to keep it from corrupting him, whereas somebody else, unaware of the corruption.
It's true. If the demon inside the sword felt contained and wasn't capable of doing what it needed to do, it might move on to another target, depending on what its radius or abilities are.
I wonder, because this seems to be the rash acts of a child, if a small child or the young prince had snuck in and grabbed a hold of the sword, and the sword convinced him to
because
let
it
loose.
does kind of seem in your face, and correct me if I'm wrong, we've never really encountered like an Oni from these curses before. So this is a new development that something pops out.
But the Oni actually takes
Who
physical
did the Oni
form.
kill?
A bunch of the Inokai, basically the entire Inokai delegation.
And then came after us when we were at the...
And they were the original team tasked with retrieving the sword.
However, we've seen these swords corrupt without anyone touching them.
That is true. I mean, we were nowhere near the sword. It was buried, and we felt actual
I
emanations.
feel like the motive is self-defense, right? Like,
Yeah, for the Oni at the very least.
And I believe if this clan champion is arrogant as
As a
lion
lion?
are want to be, as you mentioned, I could see one thinking that wearing a pair of gloves might protect them, but their mind could be completely gone, which may be why they're acting so foolishly. Close contact with that sword. I carried one of these swords for many days, completely covered in jade armor, and it was
Took a task on the armor for you to be protected.
indeed, and it was a drain on my will as it was, and I am
I wonder then...
very willful.
I wonder if
Trained.
it's the opposite is true. If, in fact, he knows it's cursed and is taking precautions against it. I wonder if he is open to reason about the sword.
Well, I think he believes he is.
We
Or
don't know
she,
until we
or
talk
whoever.
to him.
Maybe a private audience.
Clearly,
would
he's
be-
taking precautions. Why, if he's already corrupted, why would he wear jade gloves?
Because the Oni has convinced him he is not corrupted. The
That's
Oni...
wheels within wheels. That seems more obvious.
That's kind of the way the Shadowlands works.
Indeed.
It's very insidious. It'll corrupt you by promising you victory over the Shadowlands, even though it's corrupting you towards the Shadowlands. That's actually been quite proven during the last Day of Thunder, where I believe the Hida Kisada's son fell victim to that type of corruption.
It is in the Oni's best interest for the wielder to believe that they are in control.
Here's what I'm wondering. If the Oni can't corrupt the champion, it's gone after someone else.
I don't think that's that is off base. That could very possibly be the case, because it is possible that the Oni, out of desperation, would try to reach out to others if it couldn't successfully take over its wielder. Somebody close by, somebody that's in general vicinity of the sword at all times. Could be the Yojimbo, like it was before. Could be the young prince. We don't know.
And it's quite possible, in his lion arrogance, he's holding on to the sword to keep it safe, to keep it out of other people's hands. He knows how to protect himself. He knows how to keep it, and still having him part with the sword will be a trick. But I could totally see his arrogance as, I'm keeping it safe and I'm keeping it out of enemy hands.
Only I can wield its power and control it, and I have to
Control
keep it
it.
away from somebody else.
And maybe he is untouched. Maybe that's what the Jade
was he
Goblins
wearing the
were.
sword when we were at the Genpuku?
Yes.
Because that doesn't seem rational to me. If you're going to want to keep it safe and keep it away from people, why would you brandish it?
I believe he must be the one who's corrupted.
You just said the sword is his soul. He has to wear it. He's the champion. He has to wear a sword. He can't just not show up without it.
Well, a champion would be able to get a fine enough weapon. I don't think we have enough information to definitively decide in this conversation who has been corrupted.
But if
I
we-
think the possibilities are open.
If we go over the facts of what we do know is that the source of the Oni seems to be in the castle. We do know that there's some suspicious behavior by the clan champion with those jade gloves that leads us to believe that is very likely that he's wielding the sword and trying to protect himself from it. But everything else is just conjecture at this point.
Yes, indeed.
But I agree with you in that we should keep our eyes open for other sources instead of just focusing on what we think is the correct victim of the sword. There may be many victims of this sword.
Here is a thought. If he is in fact uncorrupted, he's feeling guilty perhaps that the young prince or his liege has been corrupted, but he was not willing to face up to that fact. It's possible that the sword is simply ignoring him and choosing not to corrupt him because it has already taken over someone else.
Yeah, or its job is done. And that would actually explain why it would choose to try to take a physical manifestation, because if he can't physically use the person that's wielding the sword, it would choose its backup form, or whatever you want to call it.
There are many possibilities.
Yes. We're also in enemy territory, and we are. It's the top of the.
It worked once and then it just stopped working.
No, that's fine. It was fine. It was good enough.
No, it's going to fuck up the feng shui of this whole game.
Yeah, it is.
It's better than red. At least
now.
we fixed it.
All the energy is going to be pouring towards the light.
Don't.
Maria, no.
Oh no!
Yay. Easy dope.
I
How
just wonder if it's possible that we can sway the champion. He might be on our side.
If we expose ourselves to the champion, though, and he isn't, that's going to really... Look at what happened to the last Inukai.
Either way,
That
we'll
we're
have
here.
to fight him.
True.
Who did you arrive with, Dave?
You're traveling by yourself.
Alone! I arrived with myself and my trusty steed, this hardy pony that has borne me the whole way.
Bill the pony.
Most bored look on the pony's face.
We didn't actually recap much, but of course
Were you able-
not much happened since the last game. We spent some time at the old place and then traveled here, right?
Yeah.
That was our recap.
Oh, yeah, and there was also the
it did a lot.
undisposed of
Bodies.
bodies from the battle that happened
Yeah.
the last, I believe, probably fall. Since
Right.
That's right.
And-
You went and intimidated the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, intimidated by cutting off the headman's head.
Yes.
Or exacted justice.
I exacted
damn.
justice, absolutely.
That's just a minor thing that you guys passed right over.
No. I mean,
But didn't we also see that there were Oni tracks there? Or was that
Yes.
something else?
Yes, we saw any track.
You should also be aware, Shugenja, that they are very apt to find fault with us in this place and entrap us in their courtly ways.
We are in open war with them.
Yeah, don't drop the sushi.
Yes, and I was only saved by my great skill last time when they chose me to face. What was it?
Basically the champion's son was
Yes.
going through his Genpuku right as we walked in the door, and
They
basically
chose
he was
me
doing
to-
he was doing his Aijitsu test for the Genpuku, and the daimyo chose her to Aijitsu duel him and said, "Hey, you know what? Live blades instead of wooden ones."
Good choice.
So she walks up there and she just takes a bunch of low dice and just sort of scrapes them and wins,
And air
and
horns.
then walks back. And it was like politically really kind of cool.
Good job.
Where she won, but still didn't so super won to embarrass somebody, but still,
Especially just coming off of being almost eaten.
yeah.
Indeed.
Excellent recovery.
Yes.
I think those were the main events. What happened?
Yes. How did you fare on your journey?
We recovered the remnants of the sword. They are on the way back to the keep.
What condition was it in? Was it still a sword, or was it?
It was
Melted.
a slag puddle.
And the Oni was trapped within the slag puddle.
One thing you will learn is how my character got there, which was he was taking the sword, remnants of the sword back to the Crowdlands via Kuni, and they didn't make it, and they were attacked by one lone Mahasuke that killed everybody, and I came back with the sword saying, hey, one lone guy killed us all.
I see.
Yeah, you two. I think I mentioned that outside. You
Oh
two-
yeah, you did.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I ran into you when. Yes. Okay. Yes.
And we believe that was the dew claw of the lion's claws.
But whoever
It has
this
a
guy
really
was,
long name that starts with
super
CH. I
badass.
don't remember.
Super duper.
Chinjunochi.
Yes, the Chinyunochi. Can't say it.
I will say that I believe that the swords are in active communication with each other,
I think that's prudent.
even over much longer distances than the two that were here and that one.
That is unfortunate, but comes as no great surprise.
So they are also aware of us and our mission.
Well, Oni came after us before, and we handled it. We can only hope that we can repeat that.
Yes, we handled it.
Yes, we handled it. You bore the brunt of the attack. I will make no denial of that. But we all participated in the combat. and took
Indeed.
the same risks.
Yes.
It just liked you more.
It's understandable.
You're so likable.
Absolutely. Well, he obviously deduced the greatest threat.
It's our charming personality.
It is.
Yeah. But nonetheless, we did end up being victorious. So hopefully, if there's a repeat of the last Inakai expedition, we'll be in a little bit better chance to beat it. But we should definitely think about nightly watches and trying to be as vigilant as we possibly can for anything coming our way.
We may have the slight advantage of the fact that having been defeated, it may take some time for the Oni to recover to a strength that it could assault us again.
I have no idea.
The Oni that attacked you guys is the same form as the one that we know of here.
We believe it's the same form because it takes the shape of a lion type of humanoid creature that is paranaturally fast. I saw it cover at least a league in a matter of time that was just astonishing. But I think that the point has been brought up: do we confront the lion champion directly under the assumption that he may know what is happening, and ask him to relinquish the sword because it's bad once we give him the information that we have?
I think the fact that they wear jade gloves shows that they know the dangers and that it is corrupted. So regardless, we're not going to be giving them new information. They either wield it to protect someone else or wield it to keep the power themselves. Either way, lion arrogance will keep them from making a rational decision.
I tend to agree with your assessment.
Well, I have a thought.
Sure.
We could certainly ask him if he knows that the weapon is corrupt, and we could offer a trade. I could trade this fine Caillou blade for the cursed one.
It's not a question of the quality of the blade.
Then he could win it from me in a duel. We're writing scripts here. We won't know. You guys keep asking and saying, no, this and this and this is going to happen. We won't know. We don't know.
The reason why you formulate a plan is you go over iterations of what can possibly be to find the best course of action, which is where we're at. If we act rashly and just simply confront someone without knowing what the consequences may be, our mission will definitely end. We are outnumbered, we are outgunned, we are in enemy territory. We have to play this intelligently if we are going to have any chance of success.
No. We don't have to play it intelligently. We just have to play it. Sometimes we just have to make a move. You intimated to me that the first blade you got through stealth, yes?
Yes.
And
that case was more unique than this one because it's to some degree much more difficult to act within one's own clan against the hierarchy than it is to act as an external force. I tend to agree that I don't think it's a good idea to confront this man about the sword, because if he's wearing jade gloves, he probably knows something's wrong with it, and either he's trying to keep it because he thinks he's the best to protect it, in which case it would be an insult to him if we go up and go, oh, no, hey, give it to us, we know what's up better than you do. Or he is corrupted by it, and he won't stand for that
Or we
either.
parlay with his son, explain to him what's going on, and seeing if we might be able to have an inside man that might be able to maybe sneak us in so we can remove the sword surreptitiously.
we have a limited time here because we're ostensibly here to gather the remains of the party, yes? And then
Yes,
leave.
but it's still sort of winter. Travel is hard.
Still.
There is one among us who might be able to speak with him about the tainted sword without insulting him. It is the obligation of the crab to handle things from the Shadowlands.
Is there a crab delegation here?
Probably a small one, yes.
Yeah, and the lion and the crab are friendly during this because the crab are burning down Crane
Yes.
farms anyway. So, yeah.
If there was one who would approach, if we were to have one of us approach him, it should be you,
I agree.
Hiraminaro.
I will make a plan to go talk to the crab delegation.
Okay.
It would be understandable to approach it as you would understand why he would have such a weapon and keep it here rather than risking travel during times of war. And play upon it the wisdom of keeping it close in such times.
If they've been here a while, they may have some more information about behavior of the child, behavior of him, when he wears the gloves, when he doesn't wear the gloves, where the sword is kept. All of that stuff could be very, very important.
Give me 1 second.
We, on the other hand, are public enemy number one. Every time we step out of here, we run the risk of being challenged by every hothead or snubbed by peasants and working staff because we are the enemy. It is, we have the least amount of flexibility of moving about this place. And I'm sure that we are being watched.
But also, if we actually manage to summon up the Oni in a place where people can see it and what it's doing, that might lend credence to our case and force a political action within.
Here's my concern. Who are they going to blame it on?
That should not be our concern. If we die, at least we will have taken care of the sword. We are disposable once we take care of this item.
Yeah, but he brings up a good point. If Oni just ends up popping up right as we show up, and another Oni popped up right as the other Inokai were here, then, it can easily be spun that we're the source of that instead of someone else.
Yes, but the Oni attacked long before we arrived. It attacked the past Inokai delegation.
Right.
We have spun the tales
implicates
of...
the family.
It implicates the Inokai at that point. They could very easily go, ooh, Inokai are bad. And
Obviously, they're
Every time
dealing with
Inokai show
demons.
up, the demon shows up.
Yep.
Coincidence?
I think not.
Especially if they do know where the Oni's coming from and they're protecting.
Right. Because we don't know if everybody could be in on this, and we don't know.
All right, the crab delegation, they're not far from here. They're,
Okay.
hey.
Walking sideways somewhere.
And you could just...
Oh, I don't want to be rude and just be like, hey, everybody.
Hey, you guys.
He goes in. Do
Okay.
I know who the head person is?
Yasuki Junzo.
Junzo's a bad name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yogo
He was
Junzo
with
was
Right.
a guy
didn't
that
know
was
he was
bad.
that.
Super bad.
Super, super bad. He was a Mahosuke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No kidding. That's awesome. I'll change his name then.
No, you can keep it. It actually adds some interesting
Yeah.
backstory.
I'll keep it. I'll go ahead and keep it.
Creepy as F, that guy.
And he's Yasuki, so it kind of goes in line. 'Cause they're a bunch of weirdos.
It's very Gene Wilder. Yes, we all know what my grandfather did, okay? We know.
But not lit. Yeah, and they will allow you to
Okay.
have an audience.
He comes in. Sama, I have come because I'm looking to gain information on the happenings of the Lord Daimyo of this castle. I was tasked to guard Kuni, what do you mean that guy? Kawamoto, in retrieving an item of the Shadowlands. And in that fact, he was murdered by an accomplice that tried to take that artifact. I had returned it back to safekeeping, but I am now on the track of another one of these artifacts. and my investigation has unfortunately brought me to this castle. We have suspicions that Lord Shinjiro, was that his name?
Shinjiro.
Yeah. Lord Shinjiro may be in possession of the item.
What is this item of which you speak?
It's katana, right? It is a katana sama that has the spirit of the Shadowlands imbued.
There's an Oni in the hourglass, yo.
We were looking to see if there was any information that you may have had upon dealings with Lord Shinjiro or his family. Because I'm looking to take it back.
I'm taking it back.
I have had the honor on many occasions to speak with Shinjiro-sama. I find him...
I turned mine off.
Oh, you did? Okay. It's going through all the rest of the mics. Go ahead, no, go ahead. Wait, open it up. Because I want
We
to
have like, yeah. There you go.
It's like a Band-Aid. Just rip it open quick.
We need to add like scissors to the table.
Right. But blunt ones, so we can run with them.
That takes the fun.
A little katana letter opener.
No, it's just like the Hunger Games. Those who survive, like continue playing.
The person across the table from you has to hold up the bag, and you have to draw the scissors and cut in one motion.
Bag opens and fingers fly.
Yeah.
5 raises and a chip lands in everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised to find that Shinjiro were under some sort of sway of this kind. He has very characteristic manners of a member of the Lion nobility. He is very proud, and I have not seen anything about him that indicates any sort of unusual activity. Of his family, he has his youngest, whom I believe you are already acquainted. And I have to find his name real quick.
Akomi youngest is
Taido. Akodo Taido. And he obviously has just passed his Jempuku and will be taking a parcel of land to the north of here as his in duty to his father. And then he also has a elder daughter who is his successor, and her name is Iabe. I've only seen her on 2 occasions this winter, but she is a fierce leader of samurai, and has spent much of the winter training her unit for the upcoming offensive against the Crane. His wife died in childbirth upon the birth of Taido, and that is his only immediate family.
One of those moments where I'm like, yeah, badass women. Oh, wait, they're against me. I'm supposed to not. That's my family. She's training people to attack. Boo, I think. Boo. Boo.
Boo with a little bit of yay right
Yeah, yay, boo. Yeah, boo.
You boo.
It's boo with a little fist pump.
Yeah.
Excited boo.
Yeah. That is fine. Sorry.
So,
That was very wrong indeed. From Harry Potter?
Yeah, no, I know.
Sorry.
there was also an Oni-sama that has slaughtered samurai here. And there's also connection between the castle and where I believe the Oni may have originated.
I do know of the event of which you speak. Some of my retinue gave chase, but were unable to keep up with it. It would be disconcerting to find out it came from the castle. And you know of this for certain.
Not for certain yet, Sama, but trying to understand the dynamics and trying to get that sword. Which is why I've come to you to gain information. Has there been anything else out of the ordinary?
Apart from the fact that he carries with him jade-beaded gloves. No.
That has also come up to me in the investigation as well, Sama. Do you believe that he may be protecting his family from the grasp of this demonic item? Or do you think that he may be wielding it?
It is impossible to say, but I would wonder why he would be carrying jade gloves were he not wielding it.
Right.
Would he not simply wear jade on his person if he wanted to protect himself from it?
Demon boxer.
Yeah.
And that is some of the trepidation that I have run to as well, Sama. Why would you take precautions and openly wear it, if not to use its power?
And you believe that it is his katana?
Yes, Sama. He reaches back and he takes out Death Haiku and gives it to him.
Okay.
And basically takes off his mons and gives it to him too.
Okay. All right.
I would not want this to blow back on our clan, Sama.
I understand. Okay. Anything else for him, or are you done?
Just waiting for kind of A, to get dismissed, and B, anything that he may want to divulge before murder time happens.
I actually have a meta question.
Mm-hmm.
The lion's claws are stuff of legend, yes?
Well, they would be if it wasn't for the fact that the lion have worked very hard because they originated in the lion lands.
Oh, that's a new twist.
And they worked very hard to kind of keep that information from becoming public knowledge.
But if anybody would know, would it be crab?
Well,
Maybe.
we know their existence now, right? Because we had to transport one and get our ass kicked.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether this particular guy would know,
Right.
Yeah.
because he's way off the beaten path from where your mission originally was. The only advice I can give you is that Shinjiro-san is a formidable swordsman, as one would expect here.
Yes, Sama.
You have my leave.
He bows and walks out.
Okay.
Come back to the gang.
I immediately noticed that his mons are gone.
That's sort of a big deal.
I'm like, oh shit, it's going down.
Hold on, let me erase the heathen name off my character. Real quick.
Are you a heater as well?
Oh, I was.
It was until now.
It will never be spoken of again. I see that you have decided on a course of action.
Hi. Yasuki-sama believes that the daimyo is an upstanding samurai, but questions his reasoning why he would wear jade gloves and wield a sword.
It is a wise question.
Again, I wonder if the young child has been seduced by power.
That would still not explain the gloves that the champion wears.
If the champion is immune, I wonder if the young child has been seduced. And certainly it's the kind of thing, can I touch your sword, Daddy? Can I see your sword? Or sneak behind me?
Do you tell us all the stuff that the crap?
Yeah.
It would seem to me that the sin of ambition seems to run very strong in the daughter, and her not having been seen during court as much does raise my eyebrow. If she is angling to be a great military leader, it is usually customary to make yourself visible in court during the winter and speak to other generals and basically put your face out there.
Perhaps, or perhaps she is just an effective enough leader to know that battles are won on the battlefield and not in court robes.
For the crab, that is absolutely true, but we are speaking of lion, and they are more face than they are anything else.
It should be true of all leaders.
It does seem strange that she would drill her unit in winter so extensively.
Really?
I don't think so. I think she has to work twice as hard amongst this arrogant lion to prove herself.
I think she
They have
is.
out of character. The lion have a family of all mid-power.
But not this family.
Perhaps she's just wiser than the other lazy lion who do not practice in winter.
I am just saying that ambition is usually a trait that is taken advantage of by those who wish to corrupt.
Indeed. And it is a trait that the lion have in surplus.
If she wasn't around when the Oni was summoned, I'm not sure she's responsible for its summoning. The only people in that castle, we concluded the Oni came from the castle with the direct path of destruction.
I understand she's in the castle, she just hasn't been seen at court.
Oh, is that what it is? I was under the impression she was teaching her samurai.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Court is an actual activity that you do within, the court, and she has not been attending that. She's been off drilling instead. So,
Well, perhaps we should.
The Oni attack was at night, right?
yeah.
Perhaps we should pay a visit to her and her troops while they are training. Although it will be hard to manage such a thing.
If she is next in line for becoming the Lion Clan champion, she would have access to the sword.
Indeed. It seems odd, though, that
And no one's got to look at the sword. No one's laid
Not a
eyes
real look,
upon it.
no. At least not to my recollection.
Has the current champion, does he wear the gloves all the time? Or does he just put them on when...
I think he has the gloves as part of his wardrobe all the time, but not necessarily as he wears.
They were basically
yeah,
tucked
they're
into
tucked
his,
in his
yeah.
obi. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like they even gives more credence to he will put them on and use it,
indeed.
rather than I need to protect myself at all times.
What's your glory, Eli?
What's my glory? I'm assuming it's crappy because he's a lame samurai.
That's probably the deep. Yeah.
Whatever.
One.
One is default. There are backgrounds you could take to bump that up, but I didn't know whether you did or not. Because you're Captain Glory Bomb, you invented that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I don't know where to go from here, to be honest.
Well, we could observe the daughter.
It's possible they are both corrupted. The swords
Possible
have
the whole
great
family.
power.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And she is a Bushi, though. Absolutely. a
Yes.
Bushi.
I think the gloves, we can all agree, that speak to the champion at least knowing what the weapon is. Whether they've been fully corrupted or believe themselves capable of wielding it without being corrupted, or any of the other possibilities we cannot discern at this time.
Our Shugenja is back. Perhaps he can help us maybe the kami might have some information. The kami in the castle might have some information about their comings and goings, or perhaps even if some are corrupted or not.
They tend to shy away.
I don't want to hear excuses, whatever it is. I'm asking.
I get it.
We say this every time we ask
tried it
about the
last
kami.
time, and it wasn't super successful about asking about the actual cursed item. I'm sure that I could track their movements. That's not a problem, but...
Where's our bowls?
I just need 3.
In the interim,
I think we should answer the question about whether or not the daughter has a pair of jade-studded gloves.
Indeed.
More so, what should we do?
well, at least one of us should put on airs of actually doing the job we're supposed to be here for, lest they think we are all spies. I will volunteer to start getting the remains of the slain Inukai boxed up and ready to go.
Effects, not it remains.
Effects.
Remains have been burned.
The effects and all that, as well as doing some research, because if all of us aren't doing our job, then they will have leave to just lock us in irons and throw us into the brig,
Right.
and call us spies.
That will be the difficulty with getting near the daughter. If she's training with troops, any of us going near a training area will seem like spy activity.
Again, I was asked about the kami, but they always seem to be fickle.
It's never really worked out for us.
Well,
It worked out really well one time.
then let's not do it.
Well, if we can... They may have information about the Oni itself. Since it was summoned, they may have more specific information about the path it traveled from the castle. Even though the swords themselves seem to be more difficult for the kami to understand.
And depending on the dramatic, how dramatic the summoning was, they might remember when the Oni appeared in the castle and from where it came.
And if it's ever appeared before. It may not, even though it has not gone on rampages every time it is summoned, it may have been summoned.
That's the kind of thing that even a kami would remember, because it is dramatic, especially the ones that have been in the castle for a long time,
I'm happy to
completely unmolested.
I'm happy to try and track people. I'm happy to see if they have any information about the Oni as it rampaged through the land. That all makes sense, but specifically trying to track down the cursed object, they get real shy and wary because they don't want to be corrupted themselves.
So wherever the Oni,
understandable.
wherever the kami aren't, is where the Oni is.
That's actually a damn good point.
It's possible.
So all we have to say is wherever there's a big empty bubble in the castle is where the
Or we could also ask them
If you bathe alone.
who the spirits are talking to and who's answering back. If it is a man's voice, we know it could be the daimyo or the son. If it's a female's voice, we know it's the daughter.
I think that they do not know if the kami have enough sense to discern between voices that specifically.
That's not our call. That's his purview. All we can do is get what information he can give us. I think it's a shot in the dark, but considering we have a limited time and limited resources, it's our only one at this point.
Indeed.
Well, I'll go out to the courtyard and see what I can do.
There's a couple of things we can try. If the castle doesn't work, we could also try where the attack was, because the kami would be disrupted as there. We could also try along the path so there are a couple of chances and a couple of ways to figure this out, rather than just once and walk away. I also think it might be important to maybe talk around town and find out if anybody else witnessed this affair, because Stu, am I right that the wall was knocked down?
There's like a short, like a 3-foot wall that sort of cordoned off the area,
Right.
and it was like just blasted.
I remember we
through.
talked
Like a
about
stone
like
wall.
monsters from the id, from the Forbidden Planet, as sort of an analogy to like
Right.
what happened. This was not a subtle, quiet thing in the night. This was like virtually an
There's
explosion.
a path
that-
of destruction in a straight line towards
It's
the
the kind of
Inukai.
thing that took 5 or 10 minutes to accomplish, not a finger snap and then over. It was
No.
a
Right.
long moment. So there are other people in this town that would have heard it and seen it.
I am going to go to several sake houses and noodle houses in the area. I am going to go to basically the people, the servants and the owners of these places, and I am going to say that there is a significant monetary reward for anyone that has information as to the attack and the supposed Oni that attacked the Inukai compound, and anyone that can come forward with useful information will be paid.
Okay. You get a lot of takers.
I basically set up everybody meet here at this hour, and we'll
Okay.
take them in like interview one by one
Right.
as they come in. So we just ask questions.
I'll take one.
Like Crocs.
I just put those in, so they're not very cold. But
Like Crocs. That's
so
It tastes slightly of rubber
I was
shoes.
bagging on these the other day. They're like when they first showed up in Hollywood, they were like all over the place. Like,
Right.
And I tried them. I'm like, I hate these. They're awful. And now I can't stop drinking them. They've literally taken over Hollywood. It's just like by their very presence, now everybody drinks them. You can't keep them in
Right.
stock.
My wife just loves bubbled water, like any kind of bubbled water. It's just she found those. She's like,
I know.
have
It's
all
become a thing. They seriously, I think there's heroin in them.
Target sells a brand of them.
I like theirs.
Yeah.
This is good. I sort of drift into an Irish accent whenever I'm talking at this fucking table now. I've had theirs. I mean, theirs.
I fed me mama cake. She tried that big bear.
Have you seen The Commitments?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The second Wreck-It Ralph trailer that came
Oh my
out.
God, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Merida.
Oh, so good.
funny.
And nobody, I played it at work. Nobody could understand. Like, no, it's like, yeah, she gave her mom a cake. She turned into a bear.
Bear,
It
yeah.
sucked. It was a big mess, right?
It got to Vanellope. She's like, we can't understand her. She's from the other studio.
There are a couple people who inform you that they were out at night when it happened, because it happened very late at night. There were a couple people who,
Which is why I went to sake houses and places like
Right.
that, where people that would like stumbling out of
Right.
bars and stuff like that.
and they claim it fell onto the road right outside the castle wall, or landed.
Well, I asked them for what the general area of that was, so we could look at it, and I would basically thank them and give them a few zenny.
Okay, and they'll take you over right, and it runs perfectly in line.
And I share all of the information that then we have people that actually physically observe the Oni jumping down from the wall of the castle. That is pretty proof positive.
So,
Do we know the route?
I got a timeline problem here. When are you doing this, and how long does it take?
Well, I'm figuring you guys are doing other stuff. Well, you're taking care of the personal effects.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I had a thing I was going to try to do too. Amongst the personal effects, are they? First of all, how is that gathered? Are they like in a box somewhere that somebody has?
It's all left where it was at the scene.
Okay.
So you've got all kinds of stuff. You know,
God, I wish I had investigation. All I have is hunting.
Me too.
I have that,
You have investigation?
but I'm busy.
Not all day though.
Well, it's
Surely.
going to take a while because I'm going to gather
I
some
will wait for you.
nice herbs.
I will wait for you, and then you and I can
some
go to
things.
the scene, or I will tell you to come meet me there.
Sure.
Okay.
So when I'm done with this thing,
Yes.
I will come help.
Perfect.
Diet.
So there.
Look,
All right. Now we can move to Dave.
Seems like an
yourself.
unholy.
What are you doing?
It's going to fizz you to death. You know that.
no, it's not. They're almost exactly the same temperature. It'll be fine. I'm putting some of the passion fruit LaCroix in my Diet Coke to sort of cut the Diet Coke a little.
It's like
Because I drank one and then I drank the Diet Coke. I'm like, wow, that's super sweet. So no,
All right. So
sorry.
Just
you
the
asked.
passion fruit angle. That's the angle.
Okay.
So
you can meet me there when you're done.
I'll be right there.
So we can cut to Dave now. Smash cut to Dave.
I'm gonna.
Oh.
Good timing, man. That was
That
good.
was really good.
I'm going to try and gather some nice herbs and some dried leaves and some kindling wood and build a little like a log cabin fire with all of these things
Yeah.
inside? Because I'm going to try and commune with a fire spirit.
Okay.
Do eat.
Lucky.
Next session,
lucky.
the whole castle's burning down, guys.
Oh, hey, I'm good.
You got to
no
10. You get to keep 3?
Yes.
You get to re-roll that 10 if you want.
Yeah.
You already made it. Oh, now you got a snipe.
Dice.
Prosciutto 7.
Prosciutto 7.
That one's going to be special.
Okay.
I
And you get to ask a certain number of questions, I believe. 2.
So, how are you?
Well, you know.
So, my first question will be: has a loosened spirit of this Oni appeared here? And where did it first appear?
The Oni?
Yes.
And it points down past, like right at the base of the castle wall. Oh no, first appear. And he points up, and you can see there's like a little, like, inside house or tower.
Inside the castle.
Yes.
Okay.
Bad guys always live in towers.
I think it's a
like the
phallic
view.
thing.
Yeah.
It could
Also princesses.
Two lightning.
With long hair.
That's a phallic thing too.
Whoa.
She says it better than I do.
She's the only one that can say it and get away with it. The rest of us are going to get excoriated.
I just look like an idiot. But I'm used to that, so it's okay.
And then is there, where in the palace do you not like to go?
See, now I have to think about how
I know.
a
Speaking of
fire elemental is going to perceive the space inside of the castle.
Well, think about where all candles
That's
are
what.
lit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Good point. They're better than the air commie. The air commie are fucking masses.
the thing is, they're the ones responsible for communication too, and the spells.
Yeah.
So it's like totally crazy.
God damn.
The third brightest room.
Ooh.
That's a
Nice
great way.
job,
Good
Stu.
answer, Stu.
Yeah, Stu.
Excellent.
I gotta hand it to you, man. That was clever as F.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, this is the bomb. This is totally the
I
bomb.
don't want the passion fruit in there.
Okay,
man.
that's fine.
You never
It's
crossed
like I don't like the passion fruit iced tea either. I want iced tea or a passion fruit juice. I don't want the two together.
He's crossing the streams, guys. We're
Hey,
okay.
he's putting LaCroix in Diet Coke.
That's what I just went off on earlier.
That's
think
what
she
we've
was-
been-
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
was-
okay.
you might have
That's
been the
when I got
rest
up and went to the bathroom, I guess, because that's like, no.
No, it tastes good.
All right. Here's
We'll
an
try it.
offering
It's good.
for the fire spirit.
Okay.
It can consume and enjoy
Okay.
the multiple textures for burning.
Tastes like butthole and dollar store perfume.
Yeah.
And then I will head off
Okay.
to meet up with Stork.
All right.
Do you guys have anything you're doing?
I'm going to try real hard to invent a luminometer.
Yeah, I know. Quickly, efficiently.
Is she drilling somewhere around here?
Sure. Oh,
Who?
no, I'm sorry. You meant the other one. I thought you meant me. I'm like, sure, I could be doing that all day. That seems like a thing I'd do. She is in the daughter of
As in the daughter.
Yeah.
You're just standing out in the courtyard, just swinging a Tetsubo over.
They have.
Accurate.
There's like training fields, like way on the outskirts of the lands here, and that's where
Like the guys driving the
he,
nails.
he,
in for
he probably told you that. I would assume.
Oh,
Suzuki.
It's like when they were making the mochi, and they have the two guys with the hammer, and the guy just.
Oh,
and she's like there with her Tetsubo, just making mochi.
In between each of the jade studs, there's a little dimple,
Yeah.
so you can form things with it.
Right.
So yeah, you can head out that way.
Yeah. I'm just going to be at a super far distance. Just want to observe
Okay.
her, see what I can gain from her tactics.
Well, there are two bantha out there.
They're walking a straight line. Hide their numbers, guys.
It's a ways out there. Are you going at daytime?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see. It looks like she's got about somewhere around 200 samurai that are training, and some of them are sparring with each other. Some of them are practicing various maneuvers and things like that, and commands. And you can see she's out there with like a war fan and on a pony. And the one thing that you notice about this location, there are like tents set up that are look like they're being used as in a living space. Quite a few of them.
What do I see going in and out of it? Do I just see samurai?
Every so often you'll see one go in or out of one, and there's one that's nicer than the other ones. And you might see, presumably her, because she's young, go inside at some point, depending on how long you stay out there.
Are there any peasants?
Yeah, there seem to be. You do see some. Yes, you would see some go in and out of.
What
most
about
of
just
them.
walking on whatever road I'm on?
Yeah, coming to and fro. Yeah.
I pull one aside and say, "Are they out here all the time?
Oh yes.
Even in this harsh winter?"
Yes.
Thank you.
That's interesting. She's made it a point to live outside the castle. That could be something too.
He does little observing and comes back.
Okay.
She could also be living outside the castle because she doesn't want to be near the corruption.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She might know about it and not want to be corrupted and said, well, if I'm going to take over, I'm going to make sure that goes away, and then I'll take over and do it clean.
Oh. Or it could be the opposite.
Could be.
That she's the one causing trouble.
I love the way you guys talk yourselves in and out of it.
Yeah, I know.
We got to look at everything from every angle because that's what Stu does.
Yeah.
He sits there and waits like a Venus flytrap for us to land long enough.
For you to give him
Strikes!
for you to give him ideas.
We were talking earlier, and he's like,
Your mic might be off. Is it?
Nope, it's on.
all right.
I just had my hand in front of it, so
Oh.
I can speak more clearly now.
The mumbler.
we were talking earlier, and he's like, that's fine. I was like, wait, you said that like you do when you're GMing, and that means that everything's about to die. And that's the fine that like wives say is like a trap for their husbands too. He's like,
Wait,
"It's not."
that's a thing? Can
These are the women's secrets.
If you
yes.
made it this far and
That's
you didn't
not
know
a
about the
secret.
fines, man,
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was usually looking away, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you're like, oh,
Oh God, it's not. It's not.
it hurts me in the kidneys, it's so bad. Yeah.
And we all universally do it. Like no one teaches it. Like it's just like in our fucking blood to do that
It's
shit.
in your
It's
genetic
the weirdest
memory. I
thing.
know.
Anyway,
It's just the human zeitgeist.
yeah. Hashtag feminist wine. Okay.
because it's fine.
Hashtag passive aggressive.
It is.
All right. We
So-
will investigate these
So
leaving.
I'm walking around this ruined barracks.
It's like three little small like hut sort of things.
Now, are the bodies there?
Oh no, the bodies have been
Been
taken out
removed.
and
Excellent.
well,
presumably burnt.
yeah, you don't see them.
Okay.
They're not here. I mean, there's like old splattered blood and stuff like that, but
So
all the
I-
pieces have been picked up by
Using
the
my
widow.
using my hunting roll, I can tell that, or I could roll it if you want, but I could spend enough time wandering around looking at something came through. There's paw marks, yes. There's slash marks, and I'm spending the time to recreate as best I can the sequence of events.
Okay.
Well, while I wait for him, I'm going to just spend an enormous amount of time going through, backing up. It's sort of
Setting out yarn.
right, very much,
Right.
very much. A tremendous fight happened here. They ranged all over.
And I have to find mine.
I will
There it
very
is.
put out.
My GM screen.
That you don't use, you just pull out.
I just pull it out when I need it. Where am I going to put it? I wouldn't be able to read it
You have
anyway.
a lot of stuff. That's true.
Very small font.
Make your investigation perception roll.
I do not. I was actually saying I was trying to use my hunting roll on this, not the investigation roll.
wants to
I wanted
track
to
the
find
steps.
tracking.
I'll let
tracking
you
the
do that,
animal.
but I'm going to increase the TN.
All right.
And what is it you're trying to find out?
Well, I'm basically stalling, waiting for him, but I wanted to find out the direction the animal came from, judging on the tracks and the sequence.
You don't
of
need to make
events.
a roll for that. You can see that you literally can see a straight line of tracks leading straight to that castle wall.
And maybe the sequence of events. If it attacked,
Okay.
they were asleep. If it attacked, like I'm gonna approach this like a lion attacked a house.
Okay.
And I want to see who it killed first, if anybody defended themselves, if all of that.
All right. That's really an investigation roll, so I'm going to give you a really high TN.
All right.
What you're describing is not hunting; it's definitely investigation.
Okay. Well, then
So
I'll wait for him because I don't have investigation at all.
Well, you can make a perception roll,
It's all right.
or I'll let you use hunting, but I'm just going to increase the TN.
It's okay. I'll wait for him.
You're afraid of getting a critical failure.
course.
I don't think you can get critical failures in this game.
I don't think there are critical failures.
Yeah. You just would have the
Struck could
regular
invent
failure.
them.
It's like, I rolled all ones. What happens when you roll all ones?
You're like you're looking, you trip and impale yourself on a remnant of the
I want to
cot.
save my investigation roll for when it might actually be useful,
Okay.
as opposed to just
dig it.
setting up background information. What I'm asking for really isn't that important.
Okay.
But I will arrive and help.
While this is all going down, whenever I get back, I'm going to start taking the lacquer off my armor and sword and stuff.
Okay.
Well, you're committing.
Yeah.
I'm super committing.
Committing to the
Nice.
Ronin.
We got a 14.
On your investigation, there was a fight here.
Maybe. Or someone was drunk and fell over.
You can also tell directly where it came
You
from.
can tell me there was a cat, too.
I admire your. But there's a couple of things I want to look for specifically.
Okay.
I'm wondering if they've been keeping journals, if they were perhaps writing down information about the champion, because they were here for that specifically. And I want to figure out if they had hidden it in the walls, if they had hidden it on the person, if they had hidden it in something.
Search for traps and secret doors.
I don't have the skill for that, but I'm wondering if amongst their personal belongings there's something written about what they may have observed about this Oni or about the sword.
What's your perception ring? And you have investigation?
I have 2.
And why did you only roll 2 dice?
I roll 4 dice.
Oh, I was like, I keep 2. I only rolled 2, like a moron. Wouldn't have helped.
It wouldn't have helped at all. All right.
Okay, so
Those were the 2 bets. I knew what the 2 bets ones were going to be. I rolled them.
So now that you know, you want to roll.
Yes. I will search for.
He like rolling. He showed up and starts rolling. I'm like,
Do you
whoa,
like
wait!
take a long
There's
action
something
or
I'm
get
looking
some
for
extra-
specifically.
You had laid out what you were looking for,
No,
so I thought
that's-
I was on that anyway. All right. So here we go.
You want to do it here in front of the?
Yeah, she has to reach in front of Kimmy.
Call me.
You want to keep it in the ones that fell off?
You have
or
to
should-
either keep all of them or none
I'm
of
gonna
them.
re-roll all of them.
I think you ought to.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Re-roll all of them. There's one left.
No,
Oh.
that one was
That one's in the
No.
dice
that
tray.
one was
so
in the
it
dice
stays.
tray.
No.
No, he rolled
I
4
rolled
dice.
4 dice.
That was his die.
Yeah, but it didn't fall out of the dice tray.
So he's saying...
I'm saying though, you
gotta
can't
keep-
pick and choose the ones that fall off the tray. You either
No, I thought it was re-roll
he's keeping the
everything.
3.
Even
Yeah,
the ones
just
that are
keep the
in
3
the...
and roll.
oh, whatever.
Okay, all right.
You can roll again. It doesn't matter to me. It's a 3. You can roll it again.
Well, I thought the choice was like Nick does in games, where if if one die flies out, he re-rolls everything, just by default.
I'll move it this way. So
Oh no, I was assuming that you like if multiple dice fall out, you have to either re-roll all of them or keep all of them.
Traditionally, that's how we played.
All right, fair.
Which is
Fine,
the ones that
that's
stay in
okay.
the tray, they keep.
Okay.
And traditionally, that's what we've been going
There's a
on.
3.
Okay.
And that was like a
I'm going to spend a void point.
Hey, look at that.
nice.
And you find nothing.
And that's a roll and keep, correct?
Ooh, that's
Yes.
a cool one right there.
So I got 9 and a 5.
And you get another
And a
keeper, so another
3.
3. So
So I make it past 15.
Oh, excellent.
17.
Okay.
I'm not going to touch those, so you know.
They're not. I'm not afraid of you.
I ain't scared.
I GM'd with you. You touched all my dice.
You're like the iocane powder for me.
I am.
I spent enough time GMing with you and hanging out.
I've touched all your dice. Anyway. It's too late.
What do you guys do behind closed doors?
Touch each
Don't
other's
you?
dice.
Everybody wants to know. Come on.
The first, because these huts are basically sort of in a line like this, and it made a beeline for the first one. Whoever was in that hut was obviously still in bed. You can't tell if they were asleep or not. And they were pounced on, and the bed is shredded, blood soaked. And then literally pounced through it, came into the second one.
And
And that's
paper
when,
walls? Or is it like the,
no, these are like more like huts.
So it's actual stone wall.
Not stone, probably clay or something,
Right,
or
okay.
some kind of
Adobe.
Waddle and what, like a waddle and daub?
Yeah, probably more like a wattle and daub. And at that point, things turn. So that was obviously the beginnings of a pursuit. And then there was another turn, perhaps trying to intercept whoever this was. And that pursuit leads all the way out the castle walls.
That would have been probably the guy that got away and actually managed to get the dispatch out.
Yeah, that sent them the note.
Now, as far as like written materials inside, they have stuff there to write letters and stuff like that. They don't have. There's no correspondences they've received. It doesn't look like anyone was taking any notes, although that may not be surprising.
And if there was a journal, it could have been taken already.
I lightly dust the top paper with sand, shake it a little bit. Yeah. See if there's any impression in the paper.
You know, they don't use pens, they use brushes, right?
Maybe they're really pressure painters.
I know what that is.
That's a Big Lebowski
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah.
No,
What's
there's
on the
nothing,
other end?
there's nothing on there.
So, it looks like the first one died immediately. The remaining two at least got a chance to try and flee. The second hut occupant was run down in the field over there, and the third hut occupant, I assume, is the one that messaged us.
And here's the interesting thing. The Oni came directly here. The crane were a threat to whoever.
The discovery, I'm sure the discovery of them investigating this weapon was enough that whoever is in control of it sent them.
That's why I was hoping...
Not just the crane, Inukai crane.
That's why I was hoping there was some documentation on what they had discovered before we got here.
They probably were attempting to not implicate themselves by
I understand.
documenting things.
Or maybe the documents were also taken.
Yeah, I mean, the countless people could have been through here before we got here.
Are there any kami here that can give you insight into what transpired before and after?
You know what? I am going to try. I wasn't gonna, but then I thought about it. The blood has soaked into the earth.
Yes, it has.
Ah.
So you're going to commune with blood?
No, with the earth.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Already you played him! Already! Dude, you mentioned magic and blood. Everybody went,
Yeah.
watch it there, bucko.
He's starting to sharpen our weapons and draw them.
Man!
He just has good taste. It's fine.
So, tread softly there, bucko 9.
Here's the interesting thing: when the taint manifests itself, and you cast Jade Strike, do you get like repercussions on yourself?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it probably should.
Yeah.
Feedback?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
A
fascinating.
tainted person casting Jade Strike. What
You've
does that
watched
do?
me do it, though.
Right. I know. I'm just. This is a meta thing, just out of my head.
Why I oughta.
Teach, I got a question. Why does everybody hate Dave?
If you're so good.
No, it's simple. If you're
Burn down a
tainted,
temple full of
what happens
monks.
when you cast Jade Strike?
How many get a keep there?
3.
Okay.
We do have good reasons.
8,
Oh,
6,
man.
5.
All right.
I wouldn't call him murder.
What are your 2 questions?
Coca Pepsi.
What do you think of Zima?
I'm trying to think how to. Yeah, I'm
Analysis
working
paralysis.
No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how to phrase it because you only get 2 questions.
I appreciate that. Don't feel.
And it's
Don't
actually
feel pressured.
very apropos that you're being so slow when you're dealing with an earth coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dealing with the ends.
Right.
Yeah.
We have just said hello.
Even the trees fucking walk in that movie.
It's funny. That's funny. You like that.
I'm walking.
You gotta steal that. I don't like that.
Oh, that's from Clerks 2.
It is.
Yes. They're still thinking.
The
Big decision.
Yeah, we're just filling up dead space here. So for the listeners at home, no pressure.
I get it. Yeah. I'm working on it.
No, it came off as
guys.
sarcastic, but it really wasn't.
Be the ball. Be the ball.
The
Putty.
men who died
At night.
here, after they were killed, who was the first to come?
I like that question.
Can't stop thinking of dirty jokes. I'm sorry. I'm stopping.
Yeah, I know. Don't tangent, Jim.
Samurai
Don't say
7?
anything.
Like-
So hold it the F together.
So like the first person who walked by was a necrophiliac. And like, ew.
That
wasn't
is
where
not
it's
the
going.
question I was asking. Oh, that's exactly what I thought you
Oh,
were.
no.
Yes,
You're
of
saying who
course.
was the first to come? My thing was like...
With all the dead
hopefully
bodies.
the woman, but... that was my joke.
Feminist want to give me a high five.
Yeah.
See, I totally went with the, like, you were anticipating who was the first person to come by and go, oh, yeah!
Oh, you just said, who was the first to come? And I was like... Come on, it was a good setup.
It is. It really is the setup for the joke.
So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. There's just some dude walking around with a jar and a lotion, just looking at dead bodies.
I appreciate it.
You guys are sick. No.
You're the one who came up with it.
I didn't come up with that.
It's like
No.
finally my childhood dream.
I understand. I understand what Kimmy was doing.
Tonight is the night!
No, you said who was the first to come, and the punchline to that joke is
Women come,
yeah.
or you go.
hopefully the woman.
And
There's a
setting us up
full
for-
moon. You see a lion only screaming, oh, growling the thing, and then it just cutscene to guy.
This peasant, like, heard it.
All right.
And they're done. I'm sorry I said anything.
Clean up in aisle 6.
Right before I said, Jim, don't sidetrack him.
Oh, you guys
And I
are
appreciate your setup because
Thank you.
we could easily have said, "Women come."
Yeah,
Right.
Thank you for that.
All right.
we do sometimes.
Who knew?
Yes. Oh,
So-
you had a question.
Yeah.
Ah,
You called me. Remember?
Yeah.
they were light of foot.
Did the demon wait for them to arrive?
No.
It ran off again? Okay. Those are my 2 questions.
Okay.
Thank you for your service.
He's being polite to the commie. It's all good.
Right.
Don't get eaten by worms.
Well, you think you just become more fertile?
May you never be clean and
you-
always dirty.
Do you share this?
Yeah.
Light of foot. Does that? I wonder if that means a small child.
That's what I would think. Would be a younger person.
But they said they. Is that the plural or singular?
I think it's probably the singular.
They don't know the difference between male and female. Just they.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know kami, so
They're not so much for the looking around.
Well, eyes sticking out of the ears.
We need to find the nosy neighbor of the commie. Where that is. It's not like I'm saying anything, but
That's the Kitsune.
I don't like to gossip, but
It's totally the Fox Clan right there. That's the Kitsune. They're all like, "Oh, I was watching."
So, I would assume it's a person of smaller stature.
But if it came from the castle, if it was the young princeling, that's one thing. It could also have been somebody wandering by.
Or I don't know how large a woman the daughter is.
Yes. It fits in with my theory, which is...
You saw her from a distance, so you could probably answer that if you're there. Are you there?
It's my...
I'm assuming he's not there.
yeah, I think we're
it
not
fits
there.
in with my theory that it's the child who's getting in way over his head.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
That, yeah. Evidence points towards that.
But this evidence points towards some harsh parenting towards that child to begin with. He might need to want to prove himself. That could be a good motive too.
The kid, how old was he again? I'm sorry.
You just
He
come through
was
his...
like what?
14.
14, yeah.
14? Okay.
Early teen.
So yeah, I would assume it's either him or someone else of smaller size. That tells me that it's probably not the champion.
Right, if it was the champion who strode in and... Yeah. Well,
They also didn't come on horseback. They didn't come with a retinue.
it's a possibility. It's something to put in
It
there.
would have told me if like a whole army of people showed up.
Because you might. Well, we're not together yet, but I guess whatever we do.
Well, we can all.
Well,
we meet back at the clubhouse.
No, hold on.
Is that
hold
the
on.
kid's in charge of everything? She could have just killed him right off and completely done.
We should gather all these belongings as we are
That'd be very stupid.
supposed to do and
I'm not.
take them back to the
Great
inn.
stuff.
I have a,
Sure.
I have
Doing that.
We'll bundle them back.
I have some baskets here to facilitate that. And now we got to pursue. We're stalling anyway.
Yeah.
While we, I don't know. I'm
We have a
thinking,
drinking
while we
contest,
pick
guys.
them up, you should maybe I don't know. You want to do an investigative roll to see if
Fuck it. Whirlwind of Death and
Yeah.
Pacific. Let's go. You
gonna
and me,
say-
Eli, we've been through this before.
I was gonna say I was out like training and stuff during the day. I'm not gonna help investigate shit, so I come back.
She's just like, just let me go.
I hit things. That's,
I feel like I've done a lot already in this particular.
I just need a vacation in the
Visit.
Lion Lands.
I'm now sort of famous here. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
Let me know when we need to kick some ass. Otherwise, you just keep to
what's
yourselves.
the name? Vasquez from Aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just show me where they are.
Hopefully, I'll do better than you did.
I've never been mistaken for a man. Nope. You.
I actually IMDb'd that woman, and she's like, she still works all the time. She's unrecognizable, and she's not that person at all. She's just a very accomplished actress, and she just
Yeah.
inhabited. She put on some weight and whatever to bulk up, but she's much more of a. She's been playing like Latino grandmothers and mothers and stuff for a
Yeah.
career for the longest time, and it's really cool that she was given that opportunity to do that role
Yeah.
because she so inhabits it. It's so great.
I thought she was actually not Hispanic, though,
I don't.
if I remember correctly.
Maybe you might be right. Maybe she's. I don't know.
I can't remember.
I thought.
I don't know.
I do remember looking her up, like Where Are They Now Club.
She was killed in Terminator 2, right? She was
Was she?
old boy's mom.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
That I think you're right.
Yeah.
She's the one on the phone.
Yeah.
That would explain why Cameron hired her again. Yeah.
She was also in the vampire movie Near Dark with Bill Paxton.
All right, Stu's back. We can talk about the game again.
The one in the van. I love that word.
Game over. You're good.
Jeanette Goldstein.
There you go. Goldstein.
So
So
pretty Hispanic, guys.
so Hispanic.
You guys tell me what you guys found out.
Yes,
Okay.
I would share whatever information
Okay.
we had.
So Stu, to catch you up, we bundle up the belongings or whatever we can find into some baskets that I conveniently brought.
Okay.
A little retcon, and we will bring them back to the inn. And
Okay.
there we will share what information we have gathered. Amongst the belongings, is there anything interesting?
Very typical stuff for the
Okay.
most part. There's not really anything. I mean, it looks like they brought enough material to be able to correspond back with home, but just typical.
The weaponry's gone.
No, the weaponry is probably weaponry is probably present, at least for 2.
Okay, well that will.
But not the 3rd.
Were they sheathed?
The first, well, you don't know because someone has recovered the stuff and placed it back.
Okay. Well, being the weaponsmith I am, I will examine the blades and clean them because that's an OCD thing that I can't just have.
Okay.
They got to be
cleaned
and before they are wrapped up and sent back.
Okay.
Is there blood on any of them?
On one of them, yeah. Just a tiny bit of dried. Looks like a tiny bit of dried blood.
Oh, well, I'm not going to clean that off yet.
Okay.
I'll bring him in to examine that to see if it's human or Oni.
Come on, Quincy.
What would I use to do that?
You're going to do blood magic? Do it.
Do it.
It'll be fine.
Do it.
It will end great for you.
No, I don't know what I would actually roll.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. But I know that you know more than I do.
Sense?
Taste it.
You think?
Lick it.
Lick it.
Look at
Put
I know the
it in between your cleavage and just go like this for a little bit.
Jade strike.
Please don't do that.
Strike a sword? Know what you gonna do with it, man.
You know,
I honestly, out of character, I don't know what.
What had just happened is a fighter found a scroll and he went up to the mage and went, ugh. That's what just happened.
Right. But the problem is, the mage is like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do with this?
Yo, magic bitch. Magic this up.
Yeah.
I will do magic.
I don't know what spells you have.
probably something sense blood magic. You got that? Just kidding. Just give me
He's
an
making stuff up now.
Do you have Divine Villain?
The middle one.
Let me turn right to that page. No, I don't have.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually a thing to do that.
Yeah,
He would
What,
probably
Divine
actually,
Villain? No.
He probably
I
have
feel
a.
like if
Yeah, I feel like.
it'd be super dishonorable.
Yeah, well, and I feel like Stork would actually have a better chance with his hunting skill. Like, if he wanted to lick it or something.
feel
figure
like blood
out-
is
it's
blood.
super
You
bad.
Cannot touch blood.
I know,
Super
but
Right.
All right, I have a thought.
do you?
Yeah, he just peed. Of course he does.
It does stimulate the brain tissue. I actually agree.
No, it totally does. If you're ever stuck on an idea, go pee.
Amazing.
I'm going to go find one of the lightest of jade scraps that I have in my bag.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And I'm going to lay it upon that blood spot. And
Okay.
Let it sit overnight.
Oh, okay.
Not like a dark green, but like because sometimes jade can come in almost white, like a really light green. I'm going to put it on that spot and I'll let it sit overnight to see if it in fact gets a taint.
Okay.
Or
Well, that's a
darkens
great
of
idea.
it.
Or darkens, yeah.
You should
Okay.
use your hunting skill and lick it.
Stop helping.
Do it.
Stu, we're going to kill one of the player characters eventually.
I know.
It's going to happen.
That's fine. That's fine.
And by we, I think he means me. He's trying to be very unspecific.
Actually, I was very close to killing Dave at one point. So
No, you'll have a chance. That may still come around. He has to make
so
a roll
many
every month. We'll
opportunities.
see. It's every month or every day?
No?
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
None of us do.
All right.
Anything?
back now.
Anything else?
No.
You guys want to do? No, he's leaving it overnight.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that thing over that, but basically we came back from the scene and I've gathered up all of the things and
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we wanted to. That's what we wanted to know is the stature of the heiress, the general.
Yeah.
lady.
What's her name? She was mounted at the time, so it's hard to.
She's as big as a horse.
No, they're ponies. You can fucking tell.
Big
Like,
pony.
Well, you might not necessarily know how tall someone is, right?
Well, you can tell. I mean,
Make a
you can-
perception roll.
Yeah.
Maybe she's very
I
long in the
hunting to it?
torso.
that'll would add to it.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Oh, yeah.
If
Yeah.
Gwendolyn Christie is riding
Yeah.
a horse and Christina Ricci is riding a horse, I
Damn,
can still
dog.
tell which one's taller.
We'd be doing it.
Maybe
That
it
was an
depends,
8. That was an 8.
it depends how much what the torso
30.
leg proportions
As a
are.
tall woman who rode horses a whole lot, like, I can make horses look very tiny very easily. It was ridiculous. I rode big fucking horses all the time because otherwise I looked like I was riding tiny little ponies. It was stupid. It was dumb.
It's like hanging around with my 6'7" friend who's perfectly proportional. I just look like a midget. He just looks like a regular guy.
Yeah.
Pisses me off all the time.
Little
I think it
people.
was Pale Rider. They hired,
You're right.
Richard Keene, I think it was, the guy who played Jaws. And he's like, he
The
was
guy
like
that-
7'3" or
that
7'4".
guy.
And
the shark?
they gave him a horse ride. And there's a part where he's riding the horse and it looks like his feet are almost dragging on the ground.
Yeah.
And I heard an interview with him which said that by like week 2, the horse would shy away from him. Because he was so big. And they gave him a big enough
Well, he was
horse
like
ride.
over 7 feet tall, right?
He was, yeah.
He was giant.
Okay.
30.
A third? Okay. She's definitely of below average height.
Below average height.
Yes.
Light feet.
Was she light armor?
Yes.
All right.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down, does it? It could either be a child or it could be her. Light feet.
Or it could be both.
Could be both.
Or it could have been a servant.
They could
Damn it.
Or it could have been a couple of cats.
It could have been a servant, I say.
Could have been.
Damn it. Okay. It seems... It's... God damn it. Stop. Okay. It does seem strange
take a
that they
whiff
would...
of this wasabi.
Yeah, there you go. That'll make it so much better. It does seem strange that they would let a child out alone at night.
He's not a child. He's 14.
And the prince.
But he is not yet past his Kimbuko.
But let's just, yeah, sure, you haven't graduated high school, but you're still 18. You're sort of considered to be an adult at around 14.
And a prince can certainly talk his way out of anything.
Yeah.
My father said, or I will tell my dad, or...
It happened late at night. The castle was mostly asleep.
Yeah.
He could leave. I mean, it's not inconceivable that he'd know ways in and out of the place where he's grown up.
But the information you bring us could also be her, although it seems that she's spending her days in the camp. She's staying with the crews.
So if it is her, she would have had to come into the castle, summon the Oni in that tall tower,
And wait.
and then come out here to find what destruction had been wrought. If it was the boy, he just was already in the castle, did it, came out here, did his thing. Or it's just some random peasant that came by to masturbate. I don't know.
Do not have sex. We've made that clear.
Right. Have to draw the line somewhere.
Self-pleasure is rampant in the Lionlands.
Unsurprising.
Meow.
Dave's, for those of you who are not watching, Dave started doing the cat grooming, which is just wrong.
And now Stu's doing it more.
They all have like oddly slicked back hair.
All right, so let's run 2 scenarios here. One, the clan champion summoned the Oni and sent it after the crane.
Yeah. But
other
then someone
scenario-
not as big as the clan champion came out to investigate.
The other scenario is the child summoned an Oni to devastate the crane and then came out to see what was going on. The other scenario is the daughter, who's been spending her time in camp, came into the castle, came out, which we ran through. So it still leaves 2. I'm leaning towards one possibility, but
From when the
our time
crane
is-
got here, when did the Oni attack? Or when the Inukai got here, when did the Oni attack?
The crane had been here for some time. Probably... Probably a few weeks before winter started. And then that attack would have happened.
But that's when the Inukai got here, or did they show up afterwards?
The Inukai. Oh, they're
They were all part of the same delegation?
yeah.
yeah.
Just
think
assume
that-
that all crane in this in this game are Inukai.
No, there are other crane. There were other
okay.
crane.
Except
here.
for
He's
him.
not one.
Yeah.
I spoke
Right.
to a doji.
Yeah.
Right. There's regular. There's non-murder hobo crane heroes.
'Cause
I beg to differ there.
I think we have become too obsessed with the details.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission is to get the sword. Who has been using it is inconsequential. Who carries it is our only concern.
I agree.
For once we have the sword, then it no longer matters who's been summoning it.
I agree.
All right, let's run 3 scenarios this way. We confront the honorable lion about summoning demons in their land. See how they react. We confront the champion, who seems to know, by the jade gloves as evidence, that he's in possession of a cursed blade, and perhaps suggest to him that his young charge has been corrupted, and watch the guilt take effect. We confront the young prince, who seems to be corrupted.
That would not get us the sword, for he does not carry it.
Well,
But it could give us better access.
there is also the tick in the conversation, which is he is tainted by the Shadowlands, and therefore must die.
Our mission is the sword.
It is.
If we remove the sword, those who have been corrupted will...
I'm concerned that the Oni has taken up residence in the young princeling, or can, at will. So if we get the sword and the Oni leaves the sword to go to the princeling, we haven't really achieved our mission, other than just taking the physical sword.
Is that a thing that we know is possible? Or is impossible? Or do we know anything about the possibilities of that?
We've not encountered direct possession.
No.
Okay.
This Oni seems to be able to leave the sword at will.
Which makes a difference from the other
But
two.
the
Yes.
origin of the Oni is the sword.
Yes,
Yes.
and continues to
Right.
take the same form.
I don't know if it can leave at will or if it leaves when called.
Indeed.
Well, the thing is, from what I usually understand these possession things going, is that the possessee is in charge, and then through grades, it starts losing control, and slowly becomes under the complete thrall of whatever's taking them over.
Indeed.
You know what? I want to go and talk to the heir on my own.
Right now, you just leave in the middle of our meeting? You just leave?
Yes.
Where's he going? What? Hey, where are you going?
I have business.
He's a friend. You guys should understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. You guys keep going. I'm going to go do a thing.
I wish I had like skills of the talking type. Of the talking type.
Welcome to our game.
Welcome to this
Stu's game.
Welcome to this political game where nobody
I told
has
you the
any
other day,
political skills.
whatsoever.
Stu loves making a whole box of hammers.
I did pretty good last time. I'm just going to say. It won't last, but it's good.
He loves making a whole box of hammers because, you know, when all you have are hammers, everything's in there.
You guys have played 3 L5R campaigns with me and still haven't made any courtiers. No, you made a courtier.
I did.
That one time, yeah.
For a the shortest lived.
I was on the campaigns. It's like, it's too
And
easy. I
that'll
give
teach
up.
him.
That'll teach him. Oh, you made a courtier. Kill him. Yeah, I want to
So
go.
you're going out into the
Yeah.
the training fields, okay? It's probably getting not dark, but it's probably the sun's probably started a little low.
No, figuring that this is the time where they're sort of retiring and going
Yes.
back to their tents, and maybe the people in charge are sort of going over the progress of the situation.
Yeah, you definitely see the horses are all tied up and being watered and fed by the servants, and you can see.
Would I be able to suss out what the sort of like the command tent would be?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'm going to walk right up over there.
Okay. There are 2 guards posted outside.
I bow to the guards, and they're not Matsu, they're Akodo?
Ikoma.
Ikoma?
Yeah.
I basically just go up to the guards and says, I introduce myself. I am Daidoji Mako. I wish to speak to Akoma-sama.
Akodo. I'm sorry.
Akodo-sama.
Did I say?
I thought they were Ikomas.
No, we're in the Ikoma city. We're in Ikoma Castle.
I had it written, the clan champion written as Ikoma.
Oh.
Or
Because
maybe-
Akodo is the main family.
You may have misheard.
I may have.
That's fine.
He may have misspoke.
Did you introduce yourself?
I introduced myself.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Daidoji Mako,
Okay.
and I am here with the Nakai delegation, and I would seek audience with your master. want to speak to her. Just being very nice about it.
Okay.
Dig it all.
And, one of them ducks inside, and then they open up so you can come in.
Okay. Well, I come inside, and she's obviously of higher status than me, so I basically just, I bow real low.
Okay.
If she's sitting, I kneel, or whatever. If she's standing, I just bow real low.
She's seated.
She's seated, then I will bow to my superior.
Okay.
Sama, thank you so much for admitting me into your audience. I know that these are troubled times between our two clans. But I would seek to speak to you bluntly about an important matter. And if you wish to seek, if you sense insult from my discourse, I am happy to accept your challenge.
Oh. Okay.
I said, I'm going to lay my cards out. If you get pissed off, challenge me, bring it. But I'm going to lay it out. That's basically what I'm saying.
They haven't invented zippers here, but that was very much just...
I go, I am part of a party that is seeking artifacts that carry the taint of he who must not be named. And it is our very strong suspicion that the Oni attack upon the former Inokai delegation and a attack by a similar, if not the same, Oni upon my own party near the shrine to the south of here, and other evidence leads me to believe that this artifact is within your family's possession. I seek not to accuse anyone or anything. You notice that my language does not contain any names or any accusations. But I basically turn on the crane charm and like the hair and just sort of like the sparkly eyes and goes, but I am certain that a samurai of such high honor and integrity would seek to rectify this situation and act honorably in accord.
I cannot say that what you are telling me comes as a great shock. I have chosen to stay away from the castle.
Once I sussed out that fact, that is why I sought audience with you, Sama. I would like to reach a resolution to this problem that would not create further political turmoil. For I believe that our differences should be settled on the battlefield as honorable samurai should.
Indeed. It is your intent to handle this situation?
It is my mission to succeed in this by any means possible. But I would rather do it within the confines of my own personal honor.
Well, I would give you my word that you would not be held accountable for what you do in the discharging of your duty.
I basically bow very deep. I go, "Hi, Sama," and I bow very deeply. And I go, perhaps once our hostilities have been settled, and the question of honor has also been settled, we may meet under more favorable circumstances.
You got a girlfriend.
And I go, and basically I'm just waiting to be dismissed, as is customary.
She dismisses you.
Okay.
Good job, buddy. That's the stuff.
So basically, I go back and I go to Hida. What was your name?
Minoru.
Hida Minoru, and it goes.
It's go time.
I basically go. It's go time. I have sanction from the air that we will not be held accountable for our actions if what we say is true, and take action against it.
You want to point the mic towards your pie hole. Yeah.
I can stop.
Oh, look at you, bumble.
Air got me, guys.
Lightweight.
Got to have the fuzzy thing.
What, man? Master of the super largest? Holy crap.
The longest been since I've had a super large Sapporo.
I know. Too long for me, actually.
There was a place that had like the Oktoberfest type beers, like size.
Yeah.
Huge
And they were
mugs.
like $2. Wait, $3, and a pitcher was $5.
Where's this place?
They don't do it anymore because I had a birthday.
Damn it.
And they shut it down.
Yeah. No. Oh my God, that day. There was
Yeah.
so much vomit outside.
My bad, everybody.
Yeah.
So if you ever go to Shinsengumi on Atlantic, that's the reason why they don't do it anymore.
Shinsengumi. Yep.
Yeah.
That place is awesome, actually. They have the cool little barbecue finger food, bar food, Japanese
Yeah.
bar food. So
Yakitori.
freaking good. So good.
So good. Chicken skin.
Those little quail eggs.
With bacon.
So perky. I love it.
The mutton, so pretty. But I tell you, I basically share with you what the interaction was.
Okay.
And I goes, you may wear your. I think you can return to wearing your mon proudly. We can still do what we need to do.
I don't think there's a ticky-tackies.
There's no takes backsies? No, because you haven't really officially done anything yet.
Well, he scraped all the lacquer off.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, you've gone through all the trouble.
I really thought we were going to just go bonkers, guys.
Well, let's do it. Let's go fucking ape shit. That's it? That's the end? He just goes ape shit?
You guys seen an old black and white samurai film called Sword of Doom?
Sword of Doom.
No, if I
Do you
have.
share
I've
this
seen a
information
lot
with
of
everybody, or is it just...
No, I'm going to share it with everybody. I was just waiting for Kimmy to come back. But yeah, I share the information with everybody. I says, I have spoken to the heir to the clan champion.
Do we narrow down who had the sword, who actually was...
Yeah, so there's lots of questions we should have asked her.
Well, we know it's either the boy or his father.
So we got to murder them both?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Should we... Do we
So
know,
we got to murder them both?
Yeah.
Do we know if she suspects her brother? Do we know that for sure that the clan champion sword is in fact the cursed sword and where he keeps it? There's so
keeps
many
it in the
questions
third
here.
most
You should have
illuminated
let us
room.
know you were going, and then we could have given you a list of questions before you just wandered off.
Tajoji-san has given us reason enough.
Well, I'm not. One does not simply walk into
Mordor.
and attack everyone in sight without due cause. For example, is the heir to the throne corrupted? Does she suspect he is? Will she back us up if
It
we
would
say
have
it?
been dishonorable to ask for specifics because she would be betraying her house. She gave me the information that she could while still maintaining her personal
Certainly
honor.
could have been implied without actual names.
We're here for the sword.
I understand.
So it's got to be the champion's sword, the one that he's carrying with the gloves. There's no other explanation.
Is there any likes or dislikes that we can exploit with the champion? Does he
We could
frequent
just-
brothels? Does he like jade in his sushi? I'm
Well, we
I'm
could-
trying to find an opening here because we can't just walk in and challenge him.
Yeah, we can. Absolutely
All right? All right.
I think this is the most straightforward of the questions we faced.
What I find what I find interesting is that you constantly scrape against the idea of beating around the bush, and we're finally to the point where we're suggesting let's just go up there and finish this, and then you're also scraping against that.
I'm not. I know that we need to take this by hook or by crook. It's a matter of planning our escape as well. If we are going to just go in and
I don't
accuse
know why I'm
him,
touching
we need
it.
to make
That's
sure
cool.
we have bunnies ready and get the heck out of here.
Correct.
We're ready.
Because the sword needs to get back to Crane Lands.
Now you've both been touched.
No, only one of us needs to get out.
That's been my plan
With
all
that
along. Lure him in.
There's only one of us that needs to get out with a sword. The rest of us are inconsequential.
It also needs to be protected enough that whoever is carrying it doesn't get tainted.
I'm not tainted.
No, you're not, but isn't that what happened, or at least attacked? Isn't that what happened last time we carried the sword? I'm concerned about...
If we are attacked by the same individual that attacked a fully equipped unit of Kuni witch hunters and bodyguards, then there's very little that the 5 of us are going to do either way.
All right.
Indeed.
They're probably not nearby.
We've known that it's that sword from day one.
Yeah.
We've been here 2 days. It's obvious. Now it's just a simple matter of separating the sword from its owner.
So, just to clarify, I'm all in for this going up there and doing our business. We get up there, are we going to ask for the sword? And if they refuse, then we challenge for it? If we do that, who is the challenger?
I'll do it. Make her.
I just wanted to work that out before we get
Actually,
there.
it might actually even work out more politically because we're currently at war. So nobody would basically bat an eyelash of a crane coming up to the lion going, F you, you've done some shit. Throw down.
Cool.
But then the thing is, if I do lose or bad things happen, you guys have to have a backup plan to grab that sword.
I can make a backup plan, but you guys don't usually like my backup plans.
This is accurate.
Now, let's say, hypothetically, if you were going to come up with a backup plan, and let's say, hypothetically, somebody might be receptive to that plan in some way, what would that be?
Well, I could make a pull for the sword from across the room.
Jedi that shit, man.
Yeah.
That's why I verified a couple games back how much katanas weigh.
Makes sense.
Because that's a critical piece of information.
Is there any way your delegation would know his habits?
I could certainly ask. Do you want to ambush the dude? That'd be better for you? Because then it would be like 5 against 1 or whatever, how many dozen bodyguards he has as well?
Right. Well, it's going to be us against some insurmountable numbers anyways. We have to go into the castle, retreat from the castle, get outside these walls, and make it back to Cranelands.
That was my point earlier before.
Well, I think once we do what we do, the word of the heiress is enough that I don't think they're going to pursue us.
Do you have a communication with her?
There
to
is
tell her to
one.
be
There
in
is
the
one
castle?
last wrinkle, which is if the champion is untainted and the young heir is, and he can summon the Oni at will. I don't know if he can. We may be fighting an Oni in the middle of court, which will definitely prove our point. But there's still an Oni in the middle of court.
Whoever's tainted and being manipulated by this sword is irrelevant.
All
We
right.
just need to attain the sword,
I see.
and things will take care of themselves. And if an Odie wants to chase us, then that's another fight we have to do.
We faced the Oni once before.
And if the Oni shows up in the middle of the court, everybody there has to help.
All right.
Because I refuse to believe that the entire castle full of lions are all in on a plan to negotiate and let an Oni run around.
Otherwise, we would already
Yes,
be dead.
dude, that would suck if that was the case.
I may or may not have left a court that had that going on.
You did not. There's no way that the entire crab court is corrupted.
Well, anyways,
Doesn't
Keep the
matter.
dirty laundry over here.
dirty laundry over here. Actually, do we want to investigate to see a little bit what this guy's habits are and find the most opportune place where we can do this, or do you want to
No,
do
I
it
want
straight
to
up
see
in
you
court?
duel this guy.
Let's do it.
You're built for this.
Let's do it.
Could we send a missive to the second in command? Because I don't want to have to ride for 20 minutes to be like, hey guys, stop kicking their ass. They're on my side.
Well, yeah, I'll write a letter with our complete intent of what we're going to do to the heir chick,
Okay.
and let her know this is what's up.
Who are you going to entrust this letter to?
Actually, no, I'll deliver it myself before we go.
Okay. All right.
I'll be walking behind the way back.
Yeah. Some backup.
Me too.
We can all journey together for this one.
It's all team beat stick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we
The
don't want...
letter goes over there.
You've been working on your poses, haven't you? You need to tie your shoes.
Shut up. You're on in front of the mirror working on those poses, Larry.
Poses, but
I
not
stepped
those
on
particular
it.
ones. Yeah.
Come on my heel.
She's all painted green. Ah!
Feminist one.
Hashtag feminist.
So, how many of you are going to deliver the letter?
I'm going to walk farther back
sounds
enough
like-
just
sounds like
to
all
not
of
make...
us.
Oh,
Get
Yeah,
this again.
my bad.
You keep slowly migrating off of screen. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
So, the two of you, or is everyone? Is the whole
I don't
Scooby-Doo
wanna
team
make it
going?
seem
Yes,
like-
what it sounds like is the whole Scooby-Doo team is showing up. We're probably going to wait at the edge of the encampment while he rides in to deliver the
Sounds
letter.
great.
Okay.
Actually, that sounds brilliant. Actually, because you see like the silhouette of all the other guys, and me just sort of riding down into the encampment. Right, cool looking.
I mean, I'm crap. Former. I'm not really with you guys.
It just happens to be right in the same
Now
direction.
you start to...
Wow! I'm just inching my way towards the sun.
Can I get my mons back, man?
Okay. You go down and deliver the letter. Do you want to deliver it in person?
Yes,
Okay.
I don't want any chance of somebody else reading it.
Yeah.
But also, with the letter explaining is my death haiku.
Okay.
We're all about it.
Just because that's the
We're
way
all about
shit might go down that way.
Right.
That's the way it goes down. It's called good. All right. So after that's done, we're going to head out to court.
So, was this that same night, or was this the next morning?
The next morning, I would think.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all killed in your sleep. You guys roll new characters.
All right. Sounds good. I'm
She
making a
doesn't
fucking
sleep.
Cooney
She's safe.
with courtier skills. That's what I'm making next.
Yeah, next time it's all courtiers.
It's all courtiers. Everybody dies again.
That would be a
DOS
dungeon.
protest.
Yeah.
Then Stu's like, zombies everywhere. They're all over the place.
A
We're like,
zombie-filled dungeon.
Is there any way I could parlay
can I
with the
talk to the
zombies?
zombies?
This game takes place entirely on the wall in Crablands.
Okay. You make it back to the castle and are making your way to where court is being held.
Okay.
Is there any way you can bless him? Give him an advantage?
Before we go,
Actually,
Yeah. All right. You get any buffs?
yes.
Yeah, in meta speak, can you buff the guy
Is that honorable?
before he goes into combat?
+1.
Right?
It's honorable if I don't know about it, honestly.
Okay.
Well, going up
Hey, do
against...
you feel better? He just put some magic spells on you.
God
Damn it! Sorry, I can't do you right now.
The only thing
could
I can
argue
do to
that
help, it has to be something like we do right before we walk in.
Okay.
I would argue that honorable duel would be 1-to-1 with human to human, but dealing with the shadow,
Yeah, the fact that the
any
guy might have
advantage
like
it's
Oni help.
already not honorable because
Right, but we also don't know if he's tainted. That's the whole thing. That
Yeah,
was
that's the
the
whole thing.
trouble we ran into last time with. If we cheat and we're wrong, we're fucked.
at this point it's a personal honor thing too. Whether
Yeah.
you know it's forewarned, forearmed, you know.
No, the thing is, that's the thing about this character is that the starting honor for this character is so ridiculous that the code of conduct that I have to adhere to is once again ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, honor 6, dude.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder what that's like.
I wouldn't know either.
What is my honor? 4. Yeah.
You are up to the door
Okay.
where the court is being held.
Are we allowed entrance or?
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a minute.
Okay. Say a little prayer.
I'll walk in first to stall. Look
Okay.
super impressive.
Because everybody thinks you're going to throw down with some shit, and the
Probably.
pretty boy comes up.
Well, I have the most glory in the party anyway, so.
So are we totally kitted out?
How much glory do you
I'm in my light armor.
two.
All right.
Full on.
You weren't
Can I
here when we talked
retcon
about
something
What?
quickly? I would like to make sure that all our stuff is packed on our ponies. I don't want to have to kind of like once we get the sword, have to go back and make sure everything. I also want to make sure that the jaded scabbard that I mentioned working on is standing by, ready to go on one of the ponies.
Okay.
And perhaps that's enough. Perhaps we can get the jaded gloves on our way out the door, too.
I put a white bandana on my head because it's on.
Okay, all right.
Time to make some cars.
Did you make a roll?
That's an
haven't
obscure reference. You need to clarify that.
Oh, what
because
movie
people
was that
may-
from?
Oh, that was
Gung Ho.
Gung Ho.
Yeah, Gung
I
Ho.
don't
Yeah.
think anybody
Michael Keaton.
Everyone cares. It's Gung Ho.
cares. Make your roll. Do the thing.
Jeez. Like we're on a schedule here or something. Let's kill some
Well,
dudes.
no, it is 6:15.
We have an hour and 45 minutes to make this all happen.
Look, we're about to fight the guy and make him... Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, you did. Wow.
So what did you do?
Wow.
You are never alone.
When you walk through
you get-
a storm.
You get
Even when you
plus 3 to attack skill and trait rolls.
Okay.
Until you fail at something or you take damage.
Better hope you win the contest of wills or whatever that you do.
Oh, God.
That's actually a very good buff. That's a great buff.
It has a fantastic buff.
Yeah, it is. Plus
Think it's
3.
As long as he doesn't know it's there.
It's not plus 3 dice, it's straight up plus 3, which is even better.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's I'm gonna go
That's the
pick
thing
a
we
fight.
thought of in one of our
Okay.
last campaigns. Is we ended up going to a place that didn't have any kami. And my Shugenja was like, "Oh God, it's probably the first bath I've ever taken that I was like all by myself. It's a little weird." So Shugenja never bathed alone.
Right.
Yeah, there was a whole...
So what was the
revolution
name
where,
of the sword that
oh my
he's
God, they're everywhere.
supposedly carries?
I wish one of us was good at archery.
I am.
I am.
That's helpful. You're dueling.
I'm good at a lot of stuff.
I mean, like
crazy.
wasp good.
That's really effing good.
Tsuyosa.
I am not.
Tsuyosa.
The sword of the shattering strike.
It's Kyujitsu?
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 Yeah, that's
Don't
archery.
correct me. 2?
That's not wasp good.
Keep correcting him.
Okay.
Keep doing it.
I like the way you said, I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you meant. You meant
Yeah.
Kyujitsu? I completely
That's
did not
very
know
polite.
what Kyujitsu was.
He didn't even pick up his
Kaijutsu
glasses.
is fighting.
Kaijutsu is fighting a wall.
And building a wall really angry.
Yeah.
Brick, 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 brick. Oh, fuck.
It's better than kaijujitsu.
Right.
It's fighting with giant monsters.
Seriously.
Oh my God, we're done.
Tsuyosa.
That's amazing.
And
But,
the champion's name is what?
Eddie.
No, it's not Eddie.
And the cruisers?
His name is Bill.
Eddie the
On the dark side.
Shinjiro.
That makes sense.
Ikoto
Whoa.
Shinjiro.
Their big hit was the dark side.
Yeah, that's true. On the dark side.
I feel like you should just ask him to do the sword politely first. And when he tells you no, just be like, all right, dog.
No,
It's on.
I basically come
Just speak
up,
quickly.
and I have my tessin in my hand, and I go, Akoto Shinjiro-sama, I formally accuse you of wielding Tsuyosa, the tainted sword belonging to these lands, and as proof, I show that you wish to deal with the corruption by wearing jade gloves. There is no glove that can cover this dishonor, sir. I challenge you.
I mean, you could have politely asked him for the hey, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
On the up and up. Can I get some daps?
yeah.
Nice.
He pulls out his sword and he sets it down. And he summons and they bring him a different katana. I accept your challenge.
Very good. I strike the pose. There's nothing to it.
All right, finger wiggler.
No, stop. Everybody stop. No.
That's the backup plan. We got to talk about this.
I know, but your it's a little creepy.
Your fingers
you
are
don't have
creepy?
to actually
I mean, he's
do
a
the
Genja.
wiggle.
He's creepy.
There's so many cables.
I know. We got a lot of
Something
cables.
So much things.
All right.
Things.
The
Kaijutsu
badger. It's the
duel.
foxy badger. He does that from stage.
Yeah, let me borrow some picks.
You want,
my bag.
you want my
You don't have
dice?
any dice?
I had a bag of dice in there, but I think it fell out.
Oh no.
My little green dice.
You lost all your dice?
Hopefully it was one of the cats because they're like dig around in my freaking bag.
All right. The first round is assessment. Both characters enter the assessment stage on their... we should roll initiative first.
Oh,
Yeah, sequence of events. Initiative turns
Because that matters for the whole...
it does? Okay. I'm not used to this
You wanna borrow
type
the,
of... yeah.
I got sequence of events.
So how
and then we
many
have-
guards are in the
I
room?
actually have a...
probably like
right there.
Perfect.
like 5 or 6.
Just need to look, make sure I know
How
my
close are you to
stats.
him?
Don't forget your
There,
numbers.
2 are standing like on either side in the front, and there's like 3 in the back.
Your armor can, but also...
So there's nobody in between us and him?
Right now?
You're right.
No, everyone sort of parted ways, and he stepped out and made his demand, and he stepped down.
So we're rolling Knish.
So, and this is reflexes plus insight rank keep reflexes.
So that's 17, 21, 25.
He sucks.
Terrible.
No, I'm talking about the clan champion.
Dude, I'm going up against a clan
We're
champion, guys. I'm
positive
rank
thinking right
two.
now. He
So
sucks.
we're sending you
I
positive.
need a
Right.
calculator.
Oh, dear.
How do you get to a negative? Let's sing positive, guys.
Oh.
You start singing Kumbaya, I'm going to club you like a harp seal.
Give him the dough eyes.
Club harp seal.
Club bar.
See, it's a good thing there's no takey backies.
Yeah.
Are you a chubby chaser? Go to Club Harp Seal.
Ghost Dad says to the Shugenja, one arm thinks he has 2 arms again. Their little wiggle thing.
It's a phantom limb thing.
It's a phantom limb
He
wiggle.
could be the one to appreciate that.
He's the only one who can see it.
53.
Jesus.
Oh!
Wow!
Oh,
Okay, well,
man!
You almost got half his number. That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty
guys. It's pretty good.
Oh, fuck!
We'll take it.
Yeah.
So now we know what initiative is. All right.
He used all. Don't worry about it, Jim. He used all his good roll
All his
on
good
that.
roll on that. Yeah,
On
absolutely.
That. That's 100% what's happening.
Have you thought about what kind of quarter you want to make?
I was thinking maybe I should make a Kuni. Because a Kuni would be cool, and just give him some court skills, just for funsies.
We need more crab in this party. It's true.
I think a unicorn bard.
Oh yeah, Battle Maiden. That would be awesome too.
Yeah.
Both characters enter the assessment stage and their initiative
I'll see
turns
what
in the
make
faster
a
duel is. During the assessment stage, each participant assumes a center stance and makes an Aiujutsu assessment awareness roll
Okay.
against a TN equal to 10 plus their opponent's insight rank times 5.
Okay, that's probably very high since he's probably rank 5.
How
So that's
much
20,
void have you
30
got?
So
35. What?
How much void have you
35,
got?
3.
Okay.
35.
But really,
35 void. I have
And
35
what's your
void.
insight?
my insight rank is 2. So it's just a 20 for me. I'm only rank 2.
Okay.
I need to make a 35. Without hitting the camera, trying to roll these dice. No, not quite.
But you get the plus. Don't you get a plus?
And a plus 3, yeah. So that's
27?
16, 20. Close, but no
close.
cigar.
Almost 10 off, yeah.
That's still a really good roll, though.
Yeah, what was the... Where's that pink slip? Yeah, those bonuses,
Yeah, let's put that out.
that might have helped with initiative, but not,
No,
not
no.
against the 52.
I was actually thinking about it. I was like, didn't I have some? Oh no, that's you. You're definitely way cooler than me. But I knew what I was walking into.
It's expected.
Could have beat the living snot out of
See,
me.
one.
You don't have to give it back to me.
And
Keep
him.
you're the one dueling. You keep this
All
for
right,
now.
let's
Don't
do
keep
that.
1.
That was actually a shitty roll.
Yeah.
So it's
Might not mean
14,
well.
24,
Oh.
25, 26.
So he barely
Still
made it.
enough,
Yeah.
but
Right. And that means that you get with there's no raises, so I get to know what's your void.
My void is 3.
Okay. we could probably have skipped that.
Yeah.
Did you get? You didn't beat 35.
No, I did
Okay.
not beat a 35.
Okay. And the character's assessment roll exceeds the total of the opponent's roll by 10 or more. Whether or not it gained any information, the winning character gains a +1, keep 1 on subsequent focus roll. At this point, it is possible for either of the duelists to concede defeat, recognizing their opponent's superiority.
I will not concede. This is far too. There's too much gravity to the situation. But I would say that he did not get the bonus die. He did not roll high enough to beat me that much, which is nice.
During the second round of the duel, both characters enter the focus stage of the initiative turn of the fastest duelist. So that was his turn. The opponents study one another carefully, looking for any weaknesses. The duelist may make a contested Aijutsu focus void roll. If one duelist beats the other's roll by 5 or more, that duelist earns the right to make the first strike.
Okay.
And that is Aijutsu and void.
I have an Aijutsu of 4. I have a void of 3. And I will spend a void.
Okay.
Good call.
So I'm keeping 4 of these.
I picked 8.
Yeah.
Take the 8.
For God's sakes.
Oh, fuck. 15, 25, 31, 32.
37.
You don't get to re-roll the 0 again?
Oh, 32 plus 3, which is 35.
35.
So he does not beat you by 5.
No. Okay.
Thank you, Kimmy, for reminding us of the fact that there's a big pink slip there that I was written down. All right, I blame this.
If neither duelist beats the other's roll by at least 5, then a simultaneous karmic strike takes place.
Oh, shit.
Blow his shoes off.
On the third round of the duel, both characters enter the strike stage of the initiative turn of the slower duelist. The duelist who won the first strike makes Naijutsu, don't have that. Any free raises gained from the focus stage apply at this point. Did I get?
Can you use your school stuff during this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
At least it was before. I'm not really in tune with this edition. This is radically different than what I'm used to.
What's your school bonus?
My school bonus is that if I go into defensive stance, I get a bonus to my TN. An extra added bonus. But that precludes me from being able to strike.
I understand.
If neither duelist, let's see. Hold on.
You just hit rate 2, though, right? So you should have 2. You should have gotten another school. Another.
Oh no, but the first rank of my school would not apply to this at all.
In the event neither opponent won the contested roll during the focus stage, which is our case, both make their attack rolls simultaneously, an event known as a karmic strike. Destiny has intervened, and the cause of the duel is considered dropped by both parties. Neither is victor or is defeated. What does that mean?
It means they both strike at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think it means, from what I'm gathering, is that it's a level playing field at this point, yeah?
Yeah, we're just basically attacking each other simultaneously and applying damage to each other.
No, it says destiny is intervened, and the cause of the duel is considered dropped by both parties. Neither is victor of the
Interesting.
or the defeated.
Really?
I cut and pasted this right out of the book.
Both making contestants avoid.
But we do still have to attack each other.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll just cut him down. Who knows?
There you go. And it was reflect? Yeah, it's reflexes.
Hopefully he has an Earth of 2 as his weakness.
Yeah, what my rank 1 does is just gives me extra hit points. Okay. Keeping 4 of these bad boys. Let's do some shit.
6.
6. Come on, 10.
Shit.
Oh, not bad. Very nice.
I rolled some zeros more than once.
40.
41.
Oh.
43.
Ah!
We both strike. We both strike and do that damage.
Nice. Okay, that buff was super good, Dave.
Hopefully.
The katana is 2, keep 2 plus strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spit my last one.
As well you should.
Oh. That sucked.
That's right, you took Mastery Tetsubo, yeah?
Yeah. So that's 12, 14 points of damage.
That doesn't do the damage?
No, it's just skill traits and attacks.
You take 12.
It's 14.
Okay. What does light armor have on it? Well, he made. It's not even wearing
That's
any
the
armor,
armor?
probably.
No, light armor just adds to your TMs if you
Yeah.
hit.
It doesn't give you a damage resistance?
Oh yeah, let
I
me
think
look.
it's-
I have it now.
No, most of them do both.
Yeah.
Reduction current 3.
3. Okay.
Light armor is a reduction of 3.
Okay.
I remember that.
So I take 11 then, which is still in healthy. I have 17 points in my healthy. So do we continue combat at this point?
Well, I guess how's the con champion react?
If neither duelist is dead at the end of the strike phase, or if the duel is to the death, the duel becomes a standard skirmish, continuing until one combatant is dead. Regardless of the result of the duel, the act of striking counts as each character's actions for this round. You guys never figured out the terms. Are you assuming it's to the death?
I'm assuming it's 2 to death.
Okay.
Well, what does the
I'm
con
curious
champion
about
do, right?
when you're going to make your move.
Well, I wanted to see what happened first.
He's enthralled with the drama of the
He
situation.
totally forgets to do his job.
It's like, holy shit, this is awesome.
This was a backup plan, and this could have been a
Hand him some
successful
Ritalin.
primary plan.
Like, there
Some
you go.
Ritalin.
Crush it up, make it into tea.
Ritalin soup.
What does the clan champion do?
He's pausing.
I go, this does not have to go any further. Surrender the tainted sword so it may be destroyed with the others. Retain your personal honor in that, and continue to serve the Emperor.
Oh, yeah. Appealing to his pride. Yeah. Lion's pride. Got it.
I question why he gave away the other sword at the beginning.
We don't know yet.
Because I think that he's actually still honorable. He just wants to use the sword to maybe beat the crane or do something.
And I think he knows the sword is tainted. So
Yeah.
he doesn't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
He knows the sword is
absolutely
tainted.
does. Yeah,
that's why it's
100%.
So you're
We've
probably-
already hunted down 2 of these things.
From behind you guys, past the wall, there is the blood-curdling scream of something you've heard before.
Yay! That's our favorite.
All right.
That scream would be awesome if I just sheathed my sword because it screamed and Kim just tossed me my Tetsuba.
Like
Where
3,000
is,
miles to Graceland.
where
Yeah.
is the sword that he
Can we
set
do that?
aside?
I want to do that.
Catches the shotgun.
It's sitting on like a little
Like
stand
the
next to where he
dice.
spins. Yeah.
Can we have that moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'm just gonna like launch
Launch
the
it.
Tetsuba.
When
at
action
it.
goes long.
Exactly.
Slow mo, like perfect end over end, so it lands like perfectly in his hand. Yeah.
As soon as that kicks off, I'm going for it.
Okay.
My character's smile
Plenty.
kind of goes to a smirk. I wanted to kill some damn lions.
Day ain't over yet, bro.
So I'm force lifting. It's through the void.
Okay.
So the actual spell is called Reach Through the Void. To
Oh my.
I'm not. It's not like I stick my arm in a black hole and come up.
Reaching through the taint. It's reaching through the void.
But that's a cool image.
It is, yeah. It's like a portable
So it's
hole.
poop
Like
with you.
I didn't. It's
Okay,
the name of the.
All right, go ahead. I know.
So,
Taint. I
It's.
know.
I didn't bring that up even a little bit. I'm innocent this time. So I'm going to reach out to the sword that he laid aside, and I'm going to levitate it up high
Okay.
and bring it across the ceiling.
Okay. Everyone's distracted, so no one even notices that you do that. It doesn't resist or anything. It doesn't say anything about it.
If it has some kind of magical powers that I don't...
Is it specified it has to be an inanimate object?
Um,
Can you pick up people and then just forget the spell and drop them?
no, I can't, because it can only be up to 5 pounds, unless
Okay.
I make raises.
Okay.
Unlike GURPS First Edition,
Right.
they figured it out.
Right.
Yeah.
It just says object, and it actually says both living and unliving. So I guess I could like
Okay.
go in the
A
wilderness and
hamster.
like
Yeah.
throw
Or a
squirrels in
cat.
the air.
Are there any cats around here?
Like,
Chicken.
Very small turtles.
An attack.
Check out this.
Now I'm just going to carry a supply of little crabs around and just
kick your
take them up and drop them in front of you to freak you out.
We laugh.
Oh my God,
But if you've ever seen like a rooster like in full attack mode, you get the fuck out of the way.
No, they're
They are not.
scary.
Oh, their neck feathers
and-
come
and
out.
their
Oh, yeah.
spurs.
and they don't just stand on the ground. They like come at your eyes.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
it's
may or may not need therapy
Up
after
and coming
coming
in.
onto the farm.
Yeah, I'm
you don't
bringing
have
all
it
your
yet.
shit
How
out.
fast does it
This is
move? Does it say how
It
fast
doesn't
moves?
say.
Okay, well, I'll say it's like halfway. So next turn, on the end of your turn, it'll be there. Does everyone want to make an initiative roll for me?
I'm just
Which I believe is
quietly
reflexes.
standing behind all these fighty people.
Yeah, you can show.
I have more.
We have to.
And I can
Yeah, anybody's welcome to use from my anonymous pile.
I'll grab those. You gotta take your dice back.
There you go.
Thank you, Dave.
Now fly up to the sky.
Oh my God. If you don't know what we're talking about, you need to Google chicken attack yodeling.
Go chicken, go.
The best. It is the best.
It
and
is.
Someday I will make that character
It's
in
called-
an RPG,
It's called. I think it's called Chicken Attack. Well, he had his first video.
which is him singing to the chickens.
Yes.
It's not as entertaining. It's good.
No, but it's awesome because he's like a world champion yodeler.
That's
he
what I
is.
was going to say. He's like, this isn't just like a random video. This guy's an actual yodeler, and then
Yeah.
somebody gave him a video to.
I'm sorry,
show
what
off
did you
his-
say initiative was? I got distracted.
Insight
by
rank
yodeling.
and
Reflex.
reflexes.
Got it. I should know
Keeping
that.
reflexes.
Reflexes.
Oh, I need to roll 2 more dice. Just kidding, they suck.
Sweet.
18, 26.
It's a lot of dice.
Holy shit!
Sweet.
Look at this.
That's good to hear.
That's the 3 he gets to keep. That's 26.
I got a 28, but I don't get to re-roll a bunch like you do.
26, 31, 34.
Cool, I'm over half that, guys. Positive thinking?
40.
Wow!
I have an
What
initiative.
insight rank are you?
I have 6, keep 4, and then I rolled a 10.
How do you have?
Because he's super reflexy.
Oh, that's reflex. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've like
She's
5
super
reflexes.
earthy. He's super reflexy.
So that's Takashi.
Yes.
Oh, I had 19.
Yeah, my reflexes are 4.
And anyone between
And then
40
you're
and
rank
34?
3?
No, rank 2.
Rank 2.
Oh,
Rank
it
2.
was- he rolled 6 dice.
Oh, okay.
I got a 26.
I got a 6, keep
So that
4.
would be 5 dice.
Anyone between
Insight
40
rank
and
2
34?
plus 4 in reflexes
And they keep reflexes.
would be 6 total dice, and
Oh,
you
you
keep
got
the
it.
4.
Okay, Eric.
Anyone between 40 and 34? Anyone 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 20, 28?
20.
Going.
You're going fast enough. I didn't know if I had the
One
reflex.
of the
in
reasons
real
that
life.
I was
27,
the
26?
executioner
You're
was that
26?
My house skill
Mako?
is all about speed.
You're 26?
Yes, 26.
My school skill.
Dang.
Yeah.
25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16,
I had
15.
19.
Oh, so
Sometimes being last is good.
And what number did you actually roll? 3?
15.
15, okay.
3.
That would have been amazing.
I've decided that I'm going home today.
Yeah.
I'll act tomorrow.
Summon me when the war is over.
I did my work already.
That's right.
Being that fucking kid, and I didn't kill him.
You have very
It is a kid.
specific.
You gotta know as a kid. You have one finger. Third less brightly lit room. So king, princess,
Yeah.
little guy. Ah, it's totally him.
That was my assumption as well.
Yeah, but I didn't want to.
18,
Murdered him in the face day one.
25, 32.
Felt bad for him too.
40.
Dad's dick, and I bonded over that shit.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's not cool.
No, actually, with all said and done, if this turns out okay, this could actually be an awesome thing for the clan. Which
That's
was
true.
Okay.
What's awesome for the clan is that you made inroads.
So Takashi and the clan champion tied, so you can go first. It's your PC. He's standing there. He's got a sword in his hand. You've just caught your Tetsubo. The crowd has parted. All of the non-Bushi characters, which in court have most of them. But there are some people out in front, behind the thing.
Where's he?
I'm by the entrance door.
Is he
Doing magic
Is
fingers?
he? I know what the plan is. Is he behind or in front of the non-boot?
I would be behind the big fighty people.
Okay.
Because I'm not a moron.
Right.
Don't think about the last time we fought a guy with one of these swords. When I was in front
Well,
of
here's my
everybody
thought.
else.
Do I need to cut away a path for you or not?
No.
Okay, so
I'm good.
Cut his head off. He's going to try and take the sword.
I'm just like,
Shut up, Ghost Dad.
yeah, I guess I should just say what I want instead of just like beating around the bush. Do I have to cut a path for you or not? No. All right. So the next clears, and the clan champion seems to be his.
Oh, he's looking.
sheathed?
No, it's out. He was in the middle of a duel.
No, I thought he was okay. All
No,
right.
he's in the middle of a duel. He's turned and
Paused fighting, but he wasn't.
he's looking towards the roar. He paused after their first strike, basically kind of waiting to see what was going to happen because you guys hadn't discussed it.
Right.
And then the roar happens, and so he's now turned towards the roar.
Is the royal family on a dais or something?
It's just him.
It's just him. There's no royals. The son. The nobody else is watching.
The daughter is specifically outside.
It's just him.
Okay.
And 6 guards.
And 6 guards.
And nobody in front of him.
And no one in front of him.
I am.
Oh, well, I'll just step up next. I'll step up next to him and take a. Yeah, I should probably.
I'm going
be
to
in
use when it's my turn. I guess I'm going to go in defense stance and actually use my Daidoji protection technique to protect the Diamia.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think with Little Wolf's lesson, which is a Bushi scroll, I think I need to be in attack position to make that work. Yeah. So I'm going to step up next to him and take
You gotta tell us what our rank is.
a. How are we? Okay, so Little
Our
Wolf's
school
lesson,
does.
for those of you reading along, we're
For first rank.
Oh, yeah.
it is a skill where I can,
It's in here somewhere. It protects us, right? The thing. I forget. I used it last time.
Go ahead.
That's one of the reasons.
The
I
mics
was
are
like-
muted. Go
I'm
ahead.
just, oh, okay. Learn to dash in and out in a single motion while you assume attack stance. So I need to be in attack stance.
You do that for free as a declaration at the beginning of your
Okay, so I'm going to step up next to him and take attack stance.
Okay. The champion looks at you.
I'm not facing him anymore.
No,
I'm
no, I
facing
know.
that direction.
But he turns to catch your eye, and he says, "I'm going to take care of this for good."
I'm going to help you.
And he basically takes off along the side
Okay.
to where another entrance to the place is.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to fucking follow.
Okay. Right. So on your turn, you're going to follow him.
All right. And so, are the bodyguards following, or
It's not their initiative turn yet.
all right?
we don't know. Now it's the Oni's turn, and I'm going to do this. I'm not going to roll for every freaking guy out there.
80 million.
Like a couple of the guards that were outside, like blast through the paper doors, and
They've been knocked asunder.
yes, and they're on the ground, and you can see that there's your old friend, the lion Oni guy, out there.
Oh, you sack of shit.
Ichiro. You got it.
He's giving the cosmic feel of the sword.
Yeah.
well, no, now it's in my hand.
Oh,
I'm trying to think how the
Damn it.
really dark Sith music goes. When they're turning them.
Oh.
No, not that one. Not that one. Not the
Yeah.
march music.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the.
Like the Duel of the
The Anakin.
Yes, I think that's what it's called.
That's Star Trek.
No, that's
That's
Duel
Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's. I think that's from the big
Lizard
cornucopia monster.
Yes.
The
It was
fun-
reused.
Oh,
The
yeah, right.
Doomsday Machine. Yeah.
Yes, it was used all the time.
All right. So you're now in
There's
position
also
of
the
the sword.
dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Right.
Is it?
I think it's either this or
Do I get any feelings from this?
Make it like a insight.
Commune with it.
No, yeah. Yeah, see if you can commune with it.
Cut yourself with it and paint runes with your own blood.
These guys are so helpful.
Fills you with your urge to just jerk off
What
at
could go wrong?
That peasant's in the back room like, do it. Twice in 1 year.
This is the best year ever.
I would say awareness.
Okay. So just an awareness roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Is it awareness? Would it be awareness? Or would it be
What
void?
was he trying to do?
He's trying to sense if this is the consent sword.
Like, I can pop it out
could
a
be-
little bit and look and see if it
I
has
think you
the
could
right...
make a. Oh yeah, you can always do that.
Okay.
You don't feel like the Dark Lord's grasp?
Well, that's what I'm asking. That's what yeah. So
I would just make it a simple void roll just to see whether you sense.
I'll take a look
straight
first. Does it seem to match?
Yes.
Good. Then I will do the void roll.
Okay.
Gosad is losing his shit. The Shugenja has another tainted sword.
I did not make a 15.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
keep all three.
you
Yeah,
did.
keep all three. Yeah, dirt.
Yeah.
We did it!
15 straight up.
Yeah.
We did it!
Yes.
We ignore
Hello. I don't have another hand.
penalty
I
for
push
heavy
it back
armor.
in.
1K0 to all damage rolls.
Okay.
Have it written down, but I didn't know that's what that was.
I'll open Slack for no reason whatsoever.
Great.
Rank 2
Not coming to
is...
you.
For you.
Mako.
Oh, my turn.
You're going to follow him?
Yeah, I'm going to follow you.
Okay. He basically runs, there's like a little side door, and it looks like this is like probably a servant's run.
I'm sure these are Jimbo go before us.
And so he basically is following it, and there's like a staircase that leads up, and he's going up that staircase.
Well, I'm basically just following him, and I'm as I'm following him, I don't know if I have to be standing still to declare my stance, but I'm in the defensive stance.
Okay, no problem. Minoru.
I put myself in front of the door. Or...
It's right down, just down the hall. If you wanted to advance, you could, or if you want to wait, it's up to you.
Is that to follow the daimyo or to go towards the roar?
Go towards the roar. You can see what the roar is. It's the Oni.
Oh. Then I will go towards it.
You're going to go towards the Oni? Okay, all right. It's close enough where you can move and take a strike if you wish.
Let's do this.
Do it. Come on.
The roar.
That's the name of my light mech on MechWarrior Online is Leroy Jenkins.
Nice.
Because I always like
162 kilometers per hour.
What does the emphasis do, I guess?
The emphasis allows you to reroll once.
I forget about that. I should remember that. That's a good one. Boys.
He's texting with the sword.
Oh, God.
23 to hit.
23. Ooh,
Damn it.
that does not hit.
What a jerk.
And we're
Did you
now.
reroll that one?
Oh, I forgot to reroll one. It was not good.
Okay.
All right,
I'm just saying.
I forgot.
Makiko.
I'm going to be...
You can also
right,
advance and
yeah,
still attack. If you
I'm
want.
going to advance on that biznatch and attack it.
Take
With attack
it
stance. So, what do I roll?
You roll your heavy weapons if you're using your Tetsubo, plus
Yes.
your agility, and you're going to keep your agility, and you can choose to spend a void point to add another one, keep one to that roll.
I will do that. And then for Bushi School, I get 1 keep 0 extra die on attack.
And if you're in attack stance, well, should you clear, then you add another die. Okay. Not a keeper, but it's a roller, and it's awesome.
That's your school ability?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I keep agility, you said, right?
Yes, but you did not roll great.
It's shocking. I'm shocked. This is my shocked face.
10,
God damn.
I think you got a 15 straight up, but keeping 4 dice.
No, I get to keep 3 dice.
No, 'cause you
because
spent a void,
extra.
so-
You're right. Just,
You're using a Tetsubo, yeah?
yeah.
So you can re-roll ones?
There
Because
are-
that's her emphasis?
Yeah.
Oh.
If she has emphasis on it, you have to spend extra experience points to have emphasis.
I don't have that written down. I don't know.
What do they call it? Yeah, emphasis. Yeah, mastery.
Well, there's mastery and there's emphasis.
Oh.
Mastery you get just by having ranks in it
Yeah.
automatically. Emphasis you have to buy separately.
Yeah, I did. I don't think I
I
did.
thought it was.
I will.
You too.
So I have a 16. I miss.
They're having a
That
secret
misses.
game.
I feel like the Shugenja and the sword need to get a room.
We haven't gotten there yet. We're just, sitting down
just
next
having
to each other in
drinks.
a bar.
Just getting to know each other.
Don't put any pressure on this, all right?
Come on, man. Be
I really
cool.
feel good about it.
Okay, the Yujimbo doubles.
Yujimbai?
Yujimbai. 3 of them run off and follow where the champion went, and the other 3 are headed out towards
Hold on, before they do that,
Yeah.
since I'm on initiative, I'm going to say, You can either duel me, and I can take you all out, or you can help us destroy the Oni.
They look at you like an idiot and walk right past you towards the Oni. Sorry. Okay.
All right. As long as we're on the same page.
That's what I'm talking about.
And they're not quite close enough because they were farther back than you guys, so they're not quite close enough to attack it.
Shut the fuck up, Johnny.
And now it's Takashi. You want to hit one of them in the back?
No.
We do want to kill some more.
What I wanted to make sure was that we were not getting attacked from like both sides. I wanted to make sure that those guys weren't going to attack us while we're dealing with the Oni. Good to know.
Out of everybody here, you're
close
the only one
am
who's
I to
appropriately
the-
paranoid.
I'm sorry, what?
You're the only one in this table that's appropriately paranoid.
Can I open these?
Yeah.
You probably more.
Right
really
by the
loud.
microphone, man.
Right in my ears. I can.
The scissors.
Okay, so how close am I to the Oni? Or is it going to take
You
around together?
can. Well, are you going to using your? It depends. What are you going to use? Sword or bow? Bow or sword?
All right, well, I have a sword in my hand, so it'll probably have to be the sword. if
Okay.
I'm that close.
String it onto the bow.
Right?
That is sick.
Badass damage. Right there.
You
How did
can.
nobody ever think of
You
it?
can run up and still strike this turn if you would like.
Oh, you know what? I do
have
have
a
an
crossbow
ability.
that shoots
There's actually a thing I might be able to do here.
The ultimate weapon of the 80s, the katana.
So, since I'm in attack stance, I'm going to use Little Wolf's Lesson. And the Little Wolf's Lesson is a technique where I learned to dash in and out in a single motion. While you assume attack stance, which I claimed I was in, you add 5 to your armor TN every time you hit with a melee weapon. This bonus may stack. Somebody remind me of this.
Okay.
Every time I hit with a melee weapon, I stack 5. The number of times equal to your school rank and lasts until the end of the current skirmish.
This is your current bonus counter. It is
Thank you.
at 0.
Thank you. So,
Up to multiples of of your insight rank. So
So it can go up to
plus 10 is the max. Okay. Beautiful.
okay.
That's a really good technique.
It's really good. I was like, I got it I'm like, holy smokes. All right.
Now that's after every successful attack, correct?
After every, it says, I don't want to say
Successful attack.
successful, does it?
Or is it just any attack?
What school is it?
Every time you hit.
It's not
Okay,
school,
so-
it's a technique.
So it's a successful attack.
It's a
or
school
is it-
technique called Wolf's Little Lesson.
Karuma.
Well, you assume that attack stance, you add 5 to your TN every time you hit with a melee
So
weapon.
every time you hit,
All right.
I get a 5 and it's
Got it.
stacks.
Dope.
It is
super
really dope.
Nipping at their heels.
Katana, and now I have emphasis in katana, so somebody remind me of what that has to do.
Your emphasis. What is the emphasis?
It's something about target number being reduce -2 to the target.
Oh, to TN, so your TN is 23 rather than 25.
Okay. I'm going to spend a void.
Yay!
And I'm ripping it off. I don't see any 10s. That sucks. So I have an 8. And what have I got? 6, keep 3. 8. And a 7. Which isn't enough. Is not. Is that 23?
Yeah.
There you go.
You should be keeping 4.
I have 6, keep 3.
Yeah, but you spend a void point.
I have 6.
That's a keeper.
I have 6, keep 4. So that's another 6. Thank you for that.
More than 23?
Yeah, it's way more than 25.
Yeah.
All right.
And you successfully hit, you are now
Boo-cha-ching.
at plus 5 TN.
Thank you for that. All right, and so damage with the katana is. Oh wait, this is also that.
And
Kill
since
in one
it's
strike.
Since it's a katana, you can actually spend a void on
that
damage
special
too.
katana.
Oh, it's your freaking
Caillou
Caillou
blade.
blade.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what the Caillou blade does. I don't know if it does anything.
It kills Oni in one shot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
No, I had a Caillou Shugenja that actually made a Caillou blade and did biting steel on it. This is the permanent spell that makes it badass. It was like super awesome sword. And did I give it to your character? I gave it to.
I think you gave it to Alex's.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah, Alex.
I may have to look that up in between the next
right,
round
that's
and
fine.
this round because I'm not sure what it would do. So, damage as it stands would be
2 keep 2 plus strength.
yes,
right?
2 keep 2 plus strength plus. Nope, you don't get. I can't add a void for damage. Right.
It's a katana. Yes, you can.
Katana's special property is that you can add to damage with void.
Right, and emphasis doesn't do anything either?
The emphasis makes you reroll once to hit.
Okay.
I think depending... Oh, that's Matt. Never mind. Yeah. Both ones,
Yeah, I'm going to spend another void to do damage.
There you go.
So that's 6, keep 3. Eight, 9, and 4.
Seven.
I'm sorry, 7.
Good hit.
You got a straight.
So that's 24? No, 34. What?
No, wait,
Do math
it's
right now.
9.
15 plus 10 is 25, 24.
24?
And it dies. Yes. Call it a game, boys.
It's like, oh, Katana's my
I need a
only weakness.
pencil. The pen keeps. Could someone throw me a pencil? Oh, thank you.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to look up this Caillou blade.
You want a different pencil?
Please do.
I want a
may or
regular
may
pen.
not.
I think it adds another keeper to the
I don't like
damage.
this.
I thought so too.
Handle a pencil down from that basket. Make sure it's the glitteriest.
Caillou blade is a 3, keep 3 katana.
Yeah, so you would have had an extra keeper on the damage.
I don't think it's sharp.
Oh, I would have. Well,
Yeah.
too late now.
Well,
You can roll and keep whatever you get. Roll
I got
one.
a 4.
you rolled a 4, so add another 4 points of damage.
Okay,
Fine.
all right.
Good and good.
All right. I'm going to write that down. 3, keep 3 with the Caillou blade.
Those things are nasty.
That was super awesome.
Okay.
Because the Kai rule.
And that was Takashi. You get up to the top of the stairs, and he's gone to a hallway, and he's turned, and he's basically kicking through a door.
I'm Takashi, but...
No. You just went.
No. I thought you said...
I did. I said Takashi champion. So that's what's
That's what
what's
he's
happening.
I misunderstood that. It's calling the champion Takashi. It's just, it might be.
Well, you
It's a
know,
great
it
name.
could
Eventually.
happen.
No,
But-
no.
Stranger things have happened.
You've hit him. You're the biggest threat.
Of course I am.
That's how it worked. Yeah.
Remember, you have plus
I
5
have plus
to your
5 to my TN. I better look this up here quickly. What's my base TN? Is
Yeah, like,
25
what my
plus
rank
5, so
ability does.
30 would be the number.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let's see the number I need to write it down.
When you perform a guard maneuver, it lasts an additional round. Additionally, the armor TN bonus of the guard maneuver is increased by 5.
Is that the wolf's?
No, that's
That's for me.
Jimmy.
Oh,
Increased by 5 applies both to your armor TN and your target's armor TN.
So I think you're like a 15 to his and like a 10 to me.
Thus, you suffer no TN penalty when guarding, and your target gets a bonus of plus 15 to his armor TN instead of 10.
Okay.
so my TN is 30.
Jeez,
Well, with the plus 5.
Yeah.
pretty good.
17. $23, so he misses.
Nice.
And that was a very below average roll.
I get it. I'm very thankful for your below average roll.
But by
Thank
the
you.
next time he gets to roll his TN, it'll be 35.
That's
Oh,
right.
snap.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a kick-ass freaking school ability. I had no idea.
Ichiro.
By the way, that's rank 2. I managed to make my insight with the experience we got.
Nice.
I really was like 1 point away from insight. I spent it on void. I took a
I'm
note
sorry,
from you.
I did get up and use the restroom. Who's still near me, or did you all run to the Oni?
I think most of us.
Yeah,
were-
I
think
think
we all
everybody
ran
ran to the Oni.
Yeah.
I think you're on your own right now.
Okay. I was going to try and impart some information, but instead I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, sheath that thing in the friggin' jade sheath and get the hell out of Dodge. And hide until we catch up. Or the Oni would just chase you, and that'd be cool too.
Or you go home.
I'm gonna roll
Great.
perception to see if I notice that he leaves with the sword.
Do you even know I have the sword?
No, that was the plan.
You were, yeah, it was the plan. You were.
I was behind you.
It's true.
I'm going to say that
That's our
we
moral
all
perception.
think you have the sword simply because that was the plan. And now that chaos is broken loose.
No. Would you, because you think he's a miserable failure, would you think he would have succeeded in what he
No,
was doing?
I'm not going to argue this point. We talked about it. It's
Fine, that's fair.
I only
that's
rolled
fine.
an 11, so I don't think I probably did.
That's fine.
There's a giant Oni, yo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're probably in hyper-focus mode.
Yes. There is the Oni.
If this is the real world and we talked about something, and then now that all hell is broken loose, I'm going to say to myself, God, I hope to God he got the sword. We all would, right? That's what you do in the real
If
world.
there's a giant lion ghost about to try and kill me, I'd probably not care.
You forget about everything we talked about?
Well, I don't know if I'd forget about it, but for that particular moment, I would not be thinking about it.
I think my
probably.
brain was be complete flight or fight mode.
Yeah.
And,
So I'm running for the hills.
And I did not notice that he'd left with the
How?
sword.
I'm going to hustle towards where our ponies and the jade thing.
Oh, you got to go past the Oni to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's coming down the same hallway.
oh, I see.
help us kill the Oni.
Good luck.
Yeah, okay. No, I thought like it was farther in the castle, and they all went after it, and I was going to go out the door we came in.
Gotcha.
No, it's coming through the door you came in.
Now
This is why
we're
maps are
clarified.
important, or at least just, geography.
So I will hustle that direction.
Okay. Toward it.
Yes.
All right.
If I get it in sight,
It's big. It's in sight.
I'm going to try and see if I can force it back into the sword.
Okay.
I'm going to hold it out and think real hard.
Don't jade strike it or anything. No, that'd be terrible. No. Let's make sure you get a polluted sword in your hand.
I already have a polluted sword in my hand. This is a manifestation that was not the one in the sword.
We don't know that.
Listen, he sucks it back to us.
I can yell. That was what I was going to say
Two
if
birds, one
anybody
stone.
was near me. But now that I'm near you again, I can say that.
It's
And
not
be
that
like,
we can do anything about it.
There's
It's
still
really-
some essence in the sword, and that's still out there.
Let's let Dave have some agency in his own character and do what he wants.
No, we're all going to die.
Yes,
That's okay.
that's an ultimate truth.
Then
We
we'll
are
have a
all
whole
gonna
party
die.
of courtiers.
And I will make an edit.
It does not get swallowed by the
Well,
sword.
edit.
Okay. I wouldn't even know how that would work, so I
Right.
was just
Okay.
yeah. But I will out loud say, "There's still something here." When I get near you guys.
Okay.
So it may be the boy manifests into the demon. No, I don't know.
That's bad.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Well,
Or they have
he and I
another
is
one.
squaring off. It's snarling and drooling and staring at me.
Check.
It's not nice.
So run by quickly while it's still on me.
I moved as far as I could, and I tried my thing, and now I'll continue my
So
flight.
what kind of courtier do I want to
Mako.
make?
I survived.
I'm going to move
I
up
survived it hitting
to
a bunch of times.
the
You'll be fine.
champion, and
Oh.
I am going to help him break down the door then.
Oh, the door's already busted open, and you kind of come around the corner, and you see, what was his name, Saito?
Yeah.
Youngest.
Yes. Youngest
Shinjiro
son.
is the champion.
Right.
Kaido.
Saito. You see him, and he's like on the ground, and he's got a knife, and there's a candle lit in front of him, and there's smears of blood all over him and all over the thing.
I was not
And he's
there.
like this. Like a cat who was licking its butt, and then you walked in the room and goes,
I'm going to play baseball with his head.
okay.
Do it.
Oh, and the champion is like motionless.
Yeah.
He like walked up, kicked, and he sat there.
It sucks.
Is that a wooden dice, or is that like a faux wooden
That
dice?
is wood.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a 9 too.
It is a 9.
So that is. Why is my math head not working right now? So that's
27.
27 plus 8, so that's 35.
Bam. Roll your damage.
That's a great roll. That's a great roll. Wow. That wasn't even a reroll. That was just straight up.
No, I rerolled 1-1, and it came up an 8.
Wow.
That's a
'Cause
excellent dramatic moment.
I'm using my Tetsubo. That's all Tetsubo-y. Get over here. Yeah. What is my damage on my Tetsubo? I think
50
it's
million, keep
6,
70
keep
million.
3. Yep, 6, keep 3.
We should share that program with you, by the way. There's this a computer program that I found that can generate, and that's what he's using right now. It's wonderful. Except that it makes you forget math.
Ooh.
So keep
Nice.
3,
The 8
2 8s.
and the 8.
16, so that's
save?
20 points.
Not only your buff, but
30
your
points.
reflexes, too.
Only when I'm not paying attention to things.
16.
Like I can catch
plus
my phone like
9
midair with my left hand,
is
as long as I'm not
25.
actually trying to.
It's a superpower.
The minute someone's
25
like,
points of
here,
damage
hold
to
this
his
still.
face.
Drop.
How much again?
25.
25.
Right in front of his pappy.
The asshole deserves it.
You clock him like right in the head. It falls to the ground. He's like, kind of like he's not right. Like the side of his head is kind of caved in a little bit.
Ooh.
I finish him off. If he's
Okay.
just prone, I finish him off.
Yes. Yeah, he's not resistant. Yeah, you finish him off. Okay. Mako Minoru.
I swing at it.
Okay.
You may get that duel anyway.
I might.
No, that dad was gonna.
I think the dad knew what's up.
Yeah. I mean,
That's totally fine, dude. You let this kind of shit slide, I have no problem killing him.
I missed.
Right?
Unless this explodes. I missed. So that's 18. No, wait.
Keeping 3 of those?
25,
You totally
yeah.
hit.
18, 26. I did hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay, so
He was so set on missing.
I thought I missed.
You were like, I missed. I was like, you can't do math that fast.
You need to think positive.
I was thinking positive.
I'm positive I missed.
And then Tetsubo is what again?
It's, what's your strength? Mine was
3.
3.
So-
3 damage is 3 plus strength. Keep 3.
So
3 keep 3 plus strength.
Plus Hida is plus 1 more.
It's 7 keep 3, huh?
7.
I think that might just be on attack. I don't know if it's.
Holy
damage.
mother of crap!
I hate him! 20,
27, 25,
30,
32 there, plus the 9,
41.
41 points of damage.
To the Oni?
Yeah.
No, to Stork, my bad.
And your Tetsubo has an
That's
armor
when he
penetration
reveals
of
my
3.
target all along.
Oh, it does?
was-
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a difference. Okay.
Tetsubo has a what?
Armor penetration value of 3.
penetration, yeah.
Wow.
If you at least have a skill 3 in it.
We ain't playing no games.
Come, Mr. Tallyman.
I can look up emphasis because it does have that -2 to, I think it's target.
Well, there's
This has
mastery.
been
and
void.
emphasis, yeah.
I'm going to look it up. I bought something.
But you did pretty awesome.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did great anyway.
Regardless. I'm not sure.
Hey, man, if you're looking for a new clan, bro.
I mean, I would never.
I'm just saying.
I would never.
Never say never.
There's no takes backsies, bros.
I know.
Oof.
can-
Okay. All
I can
right.
arrange for your
It's
family to
hurt.
die
Okay.
horribly.
Good.
Seems what happens to everybody.
My family's already dead. Cool.
Oh, God.
Who's
right.
Makiko?
Come on.
Yeah.
Hit the thing.
Ooh, girl, you got this.
Ooh, okay. Wow. Yes, I have.
In the final analysis, we end up rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Final analysis. We should just go
Yeah,
the
2
rest
10s
earlier.
and a 9. Do I reroll
Reroll
those?
tens?
Yep.
All right, so 29.
31 on 2 dice.
Yeah,
Plus the 9.
40.
40.
Bam.
You hit him real good.
I hit him.
Roll your damage.
And then, let's see, I just told you what it was. What
It's
was
3 keep 3 plus your strength.
Strength. 3, keep 3.
Plus, you had another one because you're crab.
Right,
You're hangry.
yeah,
Is that a Tetsubo thing or a crab thing?
It's a crab thing.
crab thing.
We
Well,
had
you
it.
Hida.
I didn't do
That's the heat of school.
Oh, it's a heated school.
Yeah. Oh, 2 10s
2
again.
tens, and you're keeping
And a
3, because that's what you got.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Come on, 10s.
So it's 23 plus.
Oh!
That's
23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27
Send
plus
this boy
9.
back to his kitty litter. We done.
7 plus 9 is
Yeah.
38. Yeah.
And it's got armor penetration
of
3
Oh,
still?
3.
Yeah.
And I have Jade.
Oh,
in
that's
my
right, you do.
Tetsubo.
Okay, I don't remember what I did with that last time.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
I thought it ignored armor.
Clock. Down.
I have this like awesome like visual, like the cinematic of like both of us attacking from like opposite, just like smashing the fuck out of this
Telling
thing.
you, Team Beat
You're like,
Stick.
you're like the Ewoks with the ATST.
Yeah, exactly. Just bash.
Way to make it less badass.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah, that did sort of ruin
Mission
my-
accomplished.
The vision I have is actually you with the coup de grace, like in the first Avengers when Thor hits Hulk the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, boom, and his jaw goes up, and he falls backwards. You're like, with that big baseball swing.
It's like that. It's just like and then and then it's just
And it falls to the ground and starts sort of
nice.
Smoking.
crumpling up and smoking and
Glances
feeling.
over at the lion's like,
Yeah.
Hey, the kid didn't get to swing.
I know.
Because they suck.
Crab in the house.
What happens?
Crab in the house.
Should have called us earlier.
True.
Should have called us earlier.
Yeah.
That's very true.
We get rid of pests.
I
so-
get rid of petulant children that practice Maho.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
We're never going to find out what happened to that jade on that blade, are we?
Probably not.
I'm assuming it's with the other stuff that you were packing
Yeah,
up. in the-
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
he's looking at his son, and he pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to you. He turns around and he walks back toward the thing.
Is it a death haiku?
It's his
It
death
is.
haiku, yeah.
Very well.
Good.
Did you write
Fuck
that
that
haiku?
guy.
Are you looking at
Of
that?
course I did.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Let's hear it.
No, we're not to that point yet.
Oh.
I'm still leaving.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am following him.
Okay.
Did you tell him that there was a great clan he could join?
I have not sheathed my Tetsubo.
Okay.
Is there a sheath?
Yeah, I was
I
going to
don't
say,
know,
do
or
we
whatever it is. The
Probably
thing
like
in
a
the
little
back.
leather
Let's put it on your
coat
back,
thing
like-
that you'd stick
Yeah,
the
I don't know
end
what
into.
you call it. The
I would
thing
imagine.
the
so
hooky
something.
thing in the
Something-
back.
There's got to be some kind of
Some kind
holster.
of carry.
You don't just carry the thing around all the time.
I thought maybe it's like a walking
Every
stick.
time I see them, it's just like it's over their shoulders or over.
I have a walking log.
I
They're
picture
big,
like
aren't they?
anime.
I'm assuming they're like.
Anime, they have
like a 4x4.
gigantic swords in their back. That's how I pictured it. So I'm not sure.
All crab have an Azubi to carry their Tetsubo for them.
Whatever.
Squeak.
I'm
rattling.
carrying it in my head. I'm following him.
Okay. All right.
So
And he walks back down to the. Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted a summary of the scene. So we're standing in the middle of the reception room, surrounded by a bunch of angry
the hallway.
lions.
You ran out into the
the hallway. Right,
Yes.
okay. Okay, hallway's good. Hallway's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you. I just saw myself standing in the middle of a big reception area surrounded by angry lion. And I'm like,
But they're not that angry
it's
with
going to be a
us.
they're
long
all
way to
cool
cut
with
our way
you.
out of here.
I think they're all pretty cool.
All right. Hallway's good. Thank you.
Everybody's pretty thumbs up on killing Oni.
Super thumbs up.
Yeah. High five.
And he comes in and he sits in his spot on the top of the dais, and then he turns to one of his people and says, "Summon my heir."
How did she get here so quick?
Hashtag feminist wine.
And then there's time. Then time passes because that's going to take
Right.
a half hour or so. And he's sitting there.
What's he doing?
Staring forward in silence.
Yeah, what is he doing?
What is
I'm
this?
going towards the horses and stuff with the sword.
Yeah.
He
That's
is.
where I'm going.
He is.
I said that right away, and I'm going there.
No, I believe it's
He's ignoring his texts.
No, am I?
Yeah. We went right from, "Hey, how you doing?" to "nibble in your ear. And you didn't even see it.
You guys are going to have to read these out. Like at the end, you have to read them out.
Well, here. I'll show you the intro one right now because it's hilarious.
You have to read it out. Sup.
As soon as I grab the sword, Stu's like, "Ooh," and he just sends "sup." And then I sent back like rubbing chin emoji,
Yeah, you're like-
Oni face emoji, sword emoji.
New sword, who dis?
You totally got like the surfer
You corrupted sword.
You totally got the surfer sword. Sup, dude?
What's up, bruh?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, bruh?
This sword is full of footwear.
Yarded.
I want a shirt
I
that
would
says
go
that. New
and
sword, who
look for him.
dis?
Oh, you're looking for him too?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I don't give a crap about this line, dude.
Okay. The an hour later, you hear the footfalls of a lot of people, and she's basically got like most of her
Retinue of
her
soldiers.
retinue with her. And she comes in, and she kneels in front of him, and he says, "I have dishonored our clan, my daughter, yet I possess the sound judgment to know that you can restore honor to the lion." Then he turns to you and says, "Would you please be my second?"
And I go, "It would be my honor, son."
And he pulls out his sword,
I pull out my sword.
and
I wait for the perfect moment,
Okay.
like right before he's about to show some shit.
It takes a little bit. It's actually...
I'm figuring this guy's
impressive.
pretty hard ass. I'm giving him
Right.
a lot of respect. So
So I want to watch this because I did a lot of this.
yeah, I almost like I got somebody that's really good at this.
Yeah, I'm judging. No, I'm not actually that judgy. I'm actually quite thankful that I wasn't asked to do this. So, but I completely understand the mechanics and duty of doing this and the honor of it. So I'm going to give it the proper respect.
Mm-hmm.
This brings up a lot of bad memories, though.
Right. Oh, yeah, it would.
Yeah, it does.
And that the moment comes...
And I
Okay.
How good are you?
want me to roll for it?
Sure, if you want.
All ones. Here it comes.
Oh, that's just horrifying.
We'll spend a void point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been my last voice.
It's like the thing.
Just the top of the head comes out. He's like, oh.
It's only fair because Stu would make me do it.
I mean, it's probably TN5, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Start raising Jim so you miss.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That one was a 7.
That one was a 7. So it's 14, 20.
Okay.
You can take it, guys. I love that.
His head falls off and bump, 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 rolls down.
I think actually, you're supposed to keep just a little flat, I think, so it stayed on. I think I was because I made the executioner and it was going to be taken to task. I think that ideally you would cut through, but not all the way through, and it actually stayed on. I think. Am I wrong? I think that's the way
I
that.
don't know. You're the one who looked it up, evidently.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know that they
That's
had
not the way the French do it.
They like to
custom
keep it together. Yes.
There's no next stake here.
They weren't.
No.
They weren't. They didn't have a
Japanese
basket on hand.
battles where they
Right,
had the
and
enemy
they didn't
generals
necessarily want to go
stacked
chasing
to
after the
enemy
head. So the whole idea was that you would cut all the way through, but leave
Hardcore.
enough of the flap that the head would come off, but still stay attached, and they could just. Because it's very efficient.
Oh, that just makes sense.
Scoop the body up and leave it all in one. Yeah.
But do try to cut past the main arteries.
Absolutely. You were to
So
cut
they're
through,
not
you were
over
to cut through the spine and the arteries, but leave enough of a neck flap on that the head didn't actually bounce down the steps.
I feel like you could do that. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is boring.
That's
but-
tough. No, that'd be tough.
It is
I mean,
tough.
To
right
like
here.
get through the spine but still stop.
Yes.
I think you would do like sweeping motion like this, so you'd
Maybe.
pull back
Well,
out.
Oh, yeah, with the tip of the
Yeah.
blade.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
it could be.
Remember, this is all they did every day for hours.
I don't
was
think they
cutting shit. They knew exactly.
that and go.
But
A lot of Tanti
I
mats
go
got
up to the
tucked
new
up.
champion and I go, Sama.
Suzukunin.
What was your name?
Her
No,
name,
she's not the champion yet.
Oh yeah,
She's
the heir.
Right.
And I go, Sama, we will be taking our leave with our charge and hope that. And it is my hope that this situation ended as honorably as it possibly could. If you wish, it was I who ended the life of your brother, caught doing things that he should not be doing. If you wish to take satisfaction from my life, you are free to do so.
We do not wish to do this.
Then I would hope that come the spring we meet again, and that
I wish for you to send a message to the crane Suzukunin.
of course.
Tell my esteemed peer that the war between us is over. Once the planting season has ended, we shall turn our might towards the dragon.
That's where we're going next.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah,
She's
and I
telling
go-
us where the
and I
next
go-
sword
and-
is.
And I go, your missive will be sent verbatim, and I basically produce her father's death haiku, and I present it. And I go, your father's death haiku. He knew what he was doing. And with this last honor attended to, I will attend to the business at hand.
May your ancestors provide you wisdom.
May the Kavi stand between you and the dark places we must all walk. And then I go,
Okay.
I follow him out.
All right.
some places are darker because we're dope.
stupid dope. All
All right.
As you're walking out, there's a scorpion courtier who kind of walks next to you and says, "May I escort you out?"
It depends on whether you consider me a frog. It's the story of the
yeah.
frog.
No, I do not consider you a frog.
Then I welcome your company.
And he walks
Yeah.
out with you. For the most part in silence. But along the way, let me read my note real quick. Hold on. I am aware of what you seek.
Do you have any assistance to give?
I assume the next place that you will be going to is Dragonlands.
It is a fair assumption.
I am told that the Dragon Champion bears the sword of the inspiring leader. This is probably the worst person to have the worst sword.
Is there any advice that you would give in my future conflict with this worst possible scenario?
He will have bent many of his samurai to his will. And from reports I have received, he has gone quite mad. I can offer you no advice, only information.
This information is troubling, but I thank you for giving it.
When it is time for you to hunt Chunjinochi, be relentless. Follow it as the hound would follow the rabbit.
That is good advice indeed, dealing with the amount of heavy conversation that our group has as to how to resolve our problems.
I'm with you, right? I'm standing there next to you.
You'd be the first one to fucking agree with me.
I would just like to point out that none of us are dead yet. So I think our excessive amount of planning is useful to some degree.
Also, it'll be different for that one because it's not a samurai in a court. It's a crazy ass dude
Yeah.
like wandering the wilderness.
We don't actually have to prove our actions.
Yeah. And I thank the Scorpion clan for their help in this, as we are all servants of the Emperor.
I wish you good fortune. He basically walked you all the way to the gates where I'm assuming you guys are...
Well, and basically finish our conversation at the gates,
Right.
and everybody's just sort of there, sort of waiting for me, and,
Yeah.
and I basically just go, I bow to him, and I thank him, and I walk back towards
Okay.
the group.
He does know how to make an exit.
Can we rewind for a little
Sure.
bit? Okay, so, this all happened.
Yes.
But when I followed him out, what happened? What were you doing? Because I was because the first thing Makiko was thinking is that you were trying to get away with another fucking sword. Obviously.
I said what I was
basically, yeah.
planning to do in the plan, and I'm following it to the letter. I get it.
Yeah. So what do I see you doing when I come outside?
I'm probably going towards the horse with the scabbard.
The horse with the
jade
scabbard? Okay.
The
All right.
Jade Saya, what you call it.
All right. If I see you
And
doing that, I'll
you-
chill out a little bit.
Give me a second. I might have more information because he's typing.
All right.
Got them digits.
Yeah.
So that's how you young kids do it these days, huh? Pretty good.
Yes. Sup, yo.
What are you doing? I'm playing Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Corrupting bitches and chewing bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
So you probably see me, and I'm holding it. out from my body, like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But like you see that like I'm like white knuckles, like just. I'm still going towards the horse, and I'm doing everything there. But you see it just
Headed to that direction. Not running. Over
No.
my Tetsubo.
Okay.
Walking.
when
Watch.
if I get to the horse uninterrupted, I will shake off the scabbard and slide it into the one on the horse.
If I see that, I will relax a little bit. Go
He
stand.
does that.
Yeah, okay. I just go stand next to the horse in my Tetsubo.
Okay.
But then I'll pick up the scabbard because we should take that with us.
Yeah, we should.
You don't want to break up the set.
It ain't the Franklin Mint, yo.
We might have to transmog that shit later. Come on.
I'm sure that the scabbard probably has some degree of evil to it after being in
Yeah.
contact with the sword for so
Yes.
long.
No, yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm not going to leave it on the street for the masturbating peasant.
He's got to stick it in something.
That poor guy,
He gets a bad.
invented by Kimmy.
Not me.
100%.
Just started with your
Credit
comment.
is granted.
No.
I asked an
I
innocent
said I thought
question
of a
to
dirty joke,
Kami.
and you guys came up with that.
Circle. See? Kimmy.
Hashtag necrophilia wine.
No.
Necrophilia
No.
wine?
No. That is not a hashtag.
It is now.
Strip that from
It's
their
been
social
said
medias.
on the internet. There's a whole
Sure it is
website
somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Okay.
You're vindicated. Anybody that's listening to the whole thing, it's
They know. It's fine.
They
We
know.
know the truth.
Uh-huh.
Shut up.
I heard the same thing everyone else heard.
It's fine. Go.
But I'll wait for everybody to gather.
All right, everyone's gathered.
Are we good?
I don't know. Are we?
We have the sword.
We should go.
We should leave here as quickly
Everything
as
is
possible.
clear from.
Everything's clear.
Okay.
I basically, for those that walked out while all that things happened, I describe what happened, and I tell them that what the heir to the clan champion throne said, that the war is over and we're done.
By the way, did she read the death haiku out loud?
No, you guys are still there.
Ah, that sucks. I want to know what you wrote. Oh well. You can put it in the show notes.
I'll put
Well,
it.
it seems that we have ended one war and found a great ally who already knows of the last swords and is willing to help us.
And I detail all the information that the Scorpion gave me. To
Okay.
everyone.
Fascinating.
So you guys had trouble with this Oni before?
Yes.
Indeed. This I don't know. I guess I have my arm.
Cocky little side mark. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just to be clear, the Oni was not from the sword.
The Oni was being summoned by the son of the
blood
champion.
magic.
I would venture that it
Mahosuke.
probably taught the kid how to do it, but
It's very likely.
not. It's not a manifestation of the sword's power.
We should ourselves help escort this sword to the Crablands.
Why aren't
We
we
know-
taking everything back to the?
Well, we are, but from there, as with the last sword, it was to be taken to Crablands to be destroyed, and we know how that ended.
God damn it. It's an opportunity.
So, that's 3 swords. We know where they are. That we have in our possession,
Yeah.
in theory. Because we haven't gotten home to find out that it's all burnt down yet.
Right. Everybody's
What?
corrupted.
What?
As far as we know, there are 3 swords in our possession.
Everybody's corrupted. They think ho-hos are better than crocodiles. It's crazy. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
So we know that one is in the Dragonlands, and one is in the Wind.
Well, bottom line is we have to take this stuff back and get orders from our daimyo.
100%. I'm just laying it out in my head. Keep things straight. And I will say that the one that we don't know where it is in possession of whoever attacked and killed.
No,
All of
that's
it.
without a
The
doubt.
Dewclaw, of course.
The Dewclaw, yeah. And that might be the most challenging one to retrieve, if the tales of that Mahosukai skill are to be believed.
I think it will be a challenge, but I think it will find us when we retrieve the final sword.
'Tis true.
That's what I was about to say. I think that once it is known that we are going after the second to last sword, it will want to defend its kin.
Indeed.
We won't have to find it.
It'll find us.
We just need to make sure we are ready.
Good place to end it?
I think
Yeah.
that it is.
Okay.
And
And scene.
We ride off into the morning sunrise.
headed back towards Crane Land.
That's exactly the feel I was thinking for that scene. 100%.
On the trail.
Cowboy ballads? Really?
So bye, everybody.
I love Western music. Any feedback on the session?
Good.
Oh, super cool.
great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for putting a woman in power.
Actually, it was cool.
Oh, you should see because
regime
he
change?
didn't like stick around. He like. I was kind of hoping that would be someone who wouldn't be as clueful to say, "I need to get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
So her last words to him would have been, "Go now go now, lest more heads fall in this unhappy place."
Nice.
And you want to know what his haiku was?
Yeah.
Read the haiku.
My sin is hubris. The youngest of my children paid the price. Now I.
And he wrote that ahead of time, knowing full well what he
Yeah.
had to do. Yeah, that speaks
Nice.
a lot.
That's good. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening and
Yep.
watching.
Yep.
Check out happyjacks.org/schedule for the games that are coming up. We have a game tomorrow. We have our Monster Hearts game tomorrow. Wednesday, we have a new game starting. That's Vault 818, which is an Apocalypse World game set
Do we
in
need to-
the Fallout universe.
Hose the room out after the Monster Hearts games from now on, probably.
I'm thinking that might be a thing. Lysol for sure.
Yes.
Yes, and then next weekend
sturdy.
is Strategicon.
Yeah.
So we will be there live. Listen Saturday night at 8 p.m. to hear the cacophony that becomes the podcast when we're all drunk and at the con.
Do you have any notes you want to give about the Strategicon that you run?
Well, other than the fact that I spilt the full beans at last
Yes.
Friday's podcast. Well, Friday through Monday, 24 hours of gaming. Everything you might want to see as far as games, video games, board games, role-playing games, LARPs, tons of LARPs now. And just come over, show up, and come see some beautiful gamer nerds that I love so much.
You don't actually have to stay there to be part of this whole thing. You
Right.
just
Not
have
at
to
all.
sign up, register, and come down and have a good time.
You can get a badge for a day or the whole weekend.
This is gaming
Or
central.
actually, you can just show up and observe. Unless you actually want to participate, you don't have to buy a badge.
I actually like that, too.
If you want to just show up and see what we're about and see whether it's something you might want to do, come on over. It's
Awesome.
open.
Cool.
Brilliant.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.